Okay, I think we're good. Final, say something not racist.
Crap. Hang on. I can't think of anything.
All right, cool. All right, so we are finally live. Oh my god, it's been way too long. It's been a week, I think, actually. So
You've got a very bright light, like burning a hole in your desk.
I know. I've got to adjust it. I moved it out the way just a second ago. I need to fix that just here. Here we go. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I moved the light, and it unfortunately I had to move it to get to the camera. Okay, all right. So addressing the allegations that you started, Final, you son of a bitch.
I mean, there's a basis on fact.
A basis on fact, you say? Fact of being a towel lover? Are you kidding me? Have you met me?
I mean, technically, no.
That's fair. That's fair. Well, hello, everybody. Sorry to keep you all waiting. I had a series of things happen right before I was setting up live stream. I was just telling Final about. My landlord called, which put me a little behind schedule. I was supposed to start way earlier. I told Final I was going to start around 12:45, so almost an hour late, but that's not that bad. But yeah, I had to do the landlord call and get the animals set up, and then I had other issues to attend to. I bought a $30 can of primer that I had to use, clearly, with my hand covered in lead belcher paint. So, that's been fun. And also, no one can say ever again that I don't have... Like, I always buy knights so I don't paint them. I just keep building to put it off. Because I have finally primed... You can't really tell in this lighting. Lead belcher is very gray. But I have finally primed a large amount of my models. The one that you could easily tell with is actually... The Porphyrion here has finally been primed. So I am very excited. I have been working diligently on doing some painting. And by diligently, I mean procrastinating on everything I should be doing and then choosing to paint instead. So there are worse things, I suppose. But... no more can anyone say I don't paint my models. I just keep buying new ones and constantly build up my, I guess we'll ignore the cap full of blood. This isn't blood, Final, you son of a... This is brown oil paint. Although I guess it does kind of look like blood in this lighting. But yeah, so finally I've actually got primed models, and I have a bit of a surprise. I have to adjust my second camera here, but... I've set up my spray booth, and I've been painting all week this week. Dude, you had the weirdest night? Stoles, you're going to have to tell me about your weird night, brother. I bet you my weird night beats your weird night, but we'll see. We'll see. But yeah, I finally have... This is not a still image, I promise. I have finally been painting... I'm going to drop everything I touch. Painting my Knight Castellan and working on my paint recipe. So I have got... black and yellow, and as everyone says, it looks like Bumblebee from Transformers, and it hurts my feelings just a little bit. Just a little bit. But yeah, I've been working on some stuff, been touching up some of the details on the back here. You can't quite tell, but it looks good, I think. So, your cats brought in 2 baby rabbits. You were up with all night keeping them warm and let them go this morning, and they ran... right toward where you hoped the nest was. Oh, wow. It looks AI. Shut up. Final. Wizard denies Corn his daily demand of blood. Thank you, Skylar. Appreciate that. Lord Nerds, you finally finished building your dreadnought? Awesome, brother. You're going to have to post pictures, of course, in the mini showcase. I'd love to see it. So, I thought today I would do something nice and focus on... There we go. I hit the right button. Hooray. Focus on doing some painting and hanging out with you guys and show you what I've been working on as far as models go. Because as Final will attest, I have been procrastinating on actually getting some of the stuff I wanted to get done this week by focusing on building and painting instead. So I had to do a lot of work with this guy. My plan of sticking a plastic rod through the base didn't work because I cut the rod too short, so I now have to patch these holes in the base. but I ended up carving out a piece of plastic that is the shape of the foot at the angle that I put everything at, so the knight now no longer wobbles like he's drunk going to a car. He still does a little bit of wobble, but it's way better than it used to be. Stola says, I'm surprised they lived. Baby rabbits die if you look at them funny. I remember you saying that. I remember you telling me that, actually. Oh, actually, before I get started on everything else, also a bit of an update for you. Come here, you. Come here. I know. The people want to say hi to you. Look how big the Void Kitten has gotten. Holy moly, she is huge. And a crackhead. I found her climbing the bathroom curtain this morning, and she made it almost all the way up. Oh, hi. You just going to crawl on my shirt now? Yeah. Your tail's going to get in the oil paint, sweetheart. I woke her up from her nap. She finally sat down and napped. Are you going to drink my paint water? Is that what's about to happen? What a beast. I know, she's so big now. She also, if anyone's seen in the Discord, she also loves getting on top of my PC. And although I didn't post a picture of it, she's trying to climb into my spray booth I have set up over here on the side of my desk. So that's been a lot of fun dealing with that. Truly corrupted by Slanesh. Yeah, our kitten, everybody. The Void Kitten, as Stolas has dubbed her, and as my wife and I call her, the Dark Lady Inkspill, or Inky for short. Or if you're my wife and you're trying to be cute, Inky Dinky Doo. Hopefully she doesn't howl. She's actually rather quiet. She doesn't howl as much. Her brother Blinky howls so much. Oh my god. Just screams at the top of his lungs. Well,
did you hear about the big news today?
On which one now?
The big news?
Which big news is it exactly?
John Blanche.
No, I hadn't. What's going on with John Blanche?
He passed.
No way.
Yeah, a couple of days ago, I guess his wife said.
Oh my god.
The announcement was today.
Holy moly. No, I hadn't heard. That's actually really sad. John Blanche, what a legend. I mean, created much of the iconic artwork for 40K. While your wife seems really whimsical, she's super whimsical. Super whimsical. She's... Some say too whimsical. I'm not allowed to legally say who says too whimsical, but... too whimsical sometimes. That's so sad. John Blanche passed away? I hadn't heard. I saw there was a video about John Blanche recently on YouTube, but there was nothing alarming in the title at all. That's so sad. You said it was a couple of days ago?
The announcement, I think, was today, but they mentioned, I think, like, the announcement was that his wife said he passed a couple of days ago.
That's so sad. Oh, man. What a legend. I mean, honestly, the guy who created the look for 40K. 40K wouldn't be as awesome if it wasn't for John Blanche. I think I guess it might have just been licensed under his name. I was like, didn't he help just curate a paint set not that long ago? But
yeah, I think for Army Painter, maybe.
What the hell, cat? I turn around, she's chewing on the box that the rest of my Porphyrion bits are in right now. Just the box, not the models. That's so sad. Skyler says, I never cats howl until I got my tuxedo cat. Also, rip John Blanche. I'm gonna be honest. These cats like to yowl a lot. Inky's the quietest of the three, but golly gee, do they like to scream. And also, yes, rip John Blanche. Stola says there's no such thing as too much whimsy. Are you kidding me? I guess not. No, you know what? That's fair. I'd rather have someone overly whimsical than the other way around. Like, overly nihilistic and not fun to be around is way worse than overly whimsical. So, I will agree. You posted a picture of you two Death Guard in the Discord. Oh, well, this is gonna come. We're pulling up the Discord now, motherfucker. We're doing this. Also, I just cussed in the first 5 minutes, so this stream is... Well, it's not. I'm not even monetized anyway. Get fucked, YouTube. All right, well, let's see. Let's pull it up. There it is, mini showcase. Let's check it out. I have a lot of minis to look at. Oh, wow. That's really good looking, actually. Well done, sir. I say actually like I'm surprised. No, it is really good looking, though. That is really nice. That's really good. You should be proud of that. Really, really proud of that. Holy moly. Oh, wow. That looks really good. That looks really, really good. Man, Death Guard are just so cool. And it's not just because my favorite Death Guard model of all time is the Sloppity Bile Piper, which has the best name ever. Do you have opinions about the Sloppity Bile Piper, Final?
No. But I thought we were going to talk about how your new favorite faction is the Tau.
That's right, you son of a bitch. Yeah, I have to address that I am being apparently converted into a Tau lover by members of my own community, including Final here. Oh, man. Stola says, I was just talking about that. People act like being cynical is a personality. It's not. They really shouldn't be. Overly nihilistic is not fun. Get out of here with that. I'd rather have fun than anything else. And the Blight Crawlers did look really good, by the way, Lord Nerd. Be proud of yourself there. But yes, I have to address the allegations. A member of my own community, Final, along with one of my best friends in the whole world, Snow Pirate, have been trying to convince everybody that I am, in fact, a Tau lover. To the point, and Final laughed way too hard when I told him this, to the point where someone actually messaged last stream saying, I thought you were a fan of Tau. It's like, Final, you son of a bitch. Slobbity Bile Piper, which was your high school nickname. Stolas, it sounds like you have a good time in high school.
I think JD agrees with us too about your love for Tau, though.
Well, JD, JD likes to do anything that would hurt my feelings. I wouldn't be surprised if he joined in and said, "Zach, you're a famous lover of Tau. Don't lie to me." And I'm sure we'll get a message here later. I just don't like them. I don't like overly hate them, and if anyone's a fan of Tau, like, you know what, more good on you. Like, enjoy what you love. Just keep the Xenos very far away from me, unless they're Leagues of Votann. Which are in league with Tau. If you think about it, I'm really just being a massive hypocrite. Because the Leagues of Votann trade with the Tau and give the Tau their technology. So, if you think about it. But, yeah, it's, honestly, guys, I've had a lot of fun. I've been working way too hard on painting, my minis lately, which is not something I normally enjoy doing, if I'm going to be honest with you. But I've been wanting to work on a script for a video way too hard, and, I've been procrastinating by painting instead. So I found something that finally drives me to paint my minis, and that is procrastinating from making a video. Which I really need to buckle down and just make. But the good news is, because of all of this, because of the Tau allegations, thanks to Final and my best friend Edward, I will be making a video about the Tau as my next one, which is Tau versus Imperial Knights. So, if you are interested at all, keep an eye out over the next couple of weeks. Lady Valrath, hey! Good to see you. How you doing today? Thanks for watching me build the Ancient Gadriel. It was a lot of fun. Too bad I wasn't able to pay more attention or join earlier on in the stream. I was actually working at the time, so I was listening to you more than watching. But I popped in whenever I could to look, and it was looking really good. And thank you for streaming and having me. It was a lot of fun. Drukari for the win. You know, space elves are cool. I'll grant. I'm more of a space dwarves fan, so you know, get that knife-eared shit out of here. But in general, well done. Drukari are underrated, though. I don't know about that, Stolas. Alright. Well, I guess they are Chaos adjacent, so you would be a fan of that. I mean, they're okay. I get why people like them, the whole Gundam aesthetic. See, my only problem is they tried way too hard early on to be the good guys in 40K with GW. And I much prefer the no good guys thing. Plus, it's just a meme to hate on the Tau. It's also a meme to hate on Ultramarines, and I have a feeling that's part of the reason why Final's so dead set at spreading false allegations that I'm a Xenos lover. You son of a bitch.
No, no, I'm just helping you, come out to the world for
Listen,
Warhammer.
for Warhammer. Stolas, you and my have inspired a meme with my dad, who, by the way, will be buying at the end of this month. I'll be buying his Space Marines that he said he would build and paint on stream. So we'll be having a father son stream together for a few episodes actually. Maybe not every week us together, but definitely we're gonna watch him build and paint minis, which he's never been a fan of. All right, I need more light. So I'm gonna have to burn a hole in my desk. Sorry. Yes, they are, and maybe. Oh, sorry, Lady Valorith Games. Yes, they are, and maybe this year Drukari will get a range refresh. As Drubale Vect will be coming, and that would be great. I've heard that he's going to be a new model, actually. Have you heard that rumor, by the way, Final, at all?
I haven't. I don't really pay too much attention to rumors.
Well, apparently, Vect for the Drukari will be getting a new model with a new skiff sometime this edition. Pretty early on in this edition, from what I've heard. And I only ever listen to rumors when it comes to like model releases and stuff because I think it's fun. Most of them are wrong, and I always take every rumor as a lie until I'm proven otherwise by GW. But it would be kind of cool to see a new Vect model. Would you, if a Vect model came out, would you get it? Eventually, I mean, not like right away. Okay. Final's a little shy, everybody. I don't really get Ultramarines hate. I feels like people being contrarian. You know, Stolas, that is actually exactly the point. Nobody I know actually hates the Ultramarines. I don't even hate the Ultramarines. It's just they always get like main character syndrome because they have like massive amount of plot armor where every Ultramarine loss has to be a victory in some form. The one that always comes to mind is like the first Tyrannic War, where they beat a massive splinter fleet of the Tyranids, but they lost a planet. They're like, we beat the Tyranids back, but we lost a planet. It's so sad. But that's just a me thing. I do it for the meme more than anything, and I think that's mostly what it is anyway.
I think I walked away and I heard you like 15 seconds late.
Oh, I said if a new Vect model did come out, would you get it and paint it for your channel?
No. No, I can't start a new faction.
That's fair.
I have too many.
Fair. What all factions do you have?
Most Imperial ones, like non-Space Marine Imperial ones. So, Ultramarines, Custodes, Grey Knights, Astra Militarum, Sisters. I was looking at starting some Dark Angels this edition, but we'll see.
What about, so you got Astra, are you doing just straight Cadians, or are you doing anything like, oh, you getting a phone call?
Sorry. Yeah, I will be right back.
You good, you're good. Alright, let's see, oh yeah, I'd get him right away, Lady Valorith. Absolutely, you should. I hope he gets a new model. I think Eldar needs more love in the setting, for sure. I also hear Exodites. We're supposed to be getting an Exodite kill team at some point, and I think it's this edition? It's either it was this edition or it'll be like the end of this edition, but I heard Exodites are coming, so I'd be very intrigued to see what they do with that. Is there any way to fix Lilith Hesperex, like the model? I don't know. What's wrong? I've not seen the model. I don't know any of the complaints about it. I don't know what's going on with the Lilith model. I haven't heard anything. Please tell me. The land speed is very cool for the. Oh yeah. Sorry. Give the Raven Wings new flying bike like the Cono. You know, I think. Well, they're supposedly. So I've been watching way too many rumor videos when it comes to 40K. Way too many. Just because it's been something fun to listen to, and I have heard apparently we're gonna get a massive like bike refresh for Space Marines, so Outrider bikes and everything, which would include. All the Raven Wing stuff. Also, Thunderwolf Cavalry. Apparently a thing. We're supposed to be getting like a captain or lieutenant on a bike, which is kind of cool. But a lot of stuff. Like, apparently supposed to be like a White Scars contingent, specifically oriented kit for Outrider bikes. It'd be very interesting to see. So I think that's supposed to happen. But, like I said, all rumors are rumors. So all rumors are lies. Don't believe them until GW says something official. It's kind of the way it goes. Let's see here.
Yes. Yeah, Stray Cadians.
Straight Cadians. Yeah, you don't do any like Krieg or anything.
I have the Krieg army box, but I'm so far behind.
Yeah, well, my next 40K project is going to be to go do my Leagues of Votan, and then I need to get because I want to get my Space Dwarves back up and running. I went away from them to do Knights, and I need to go back to them because I love Dwarves. That's for all you elf lovers out there, you sons of bitches. Let's see, 100%. I'm trying to save it for the 3rd edition model of Vect. You know what? Good on you. You know, funnily enough, I kind of talked about it a few streams ago. Someone asked me, like, oh, what is, like, you already said what your favorite model is, which is the Acastus Knight Porphyrion. What is your second favorite model? And my second favorite model is actually, no. Funny, but no. My second, have you, actually, final, good question. Have you ever heard of the Marienburg class land ship?
Yeah, I think you told me about it last stream.
Yeah, it might have been last stream. Yeah, the Marienburg class land ship. It is a fantasy model that is literally a land ship. It's been out of production for years. Turns out, if you can find the legit model of it, you can purchase it. They're still for sale. You want to guess how much it sells for right now?
eBay price is probably way too much.
Oh yeah. But do you have any idea, like guesses for yourself?
Land ship, $250, $300.
Dollars?
Yeah.
Try 2,500.
Oh man.
It is out of production, and apparently, yeah, 2,500. It's worth more than a completed Warlord Titan. And that's like if it's already like pre-built and stuff, like not even painted necessarily. It's just because it's so rare, since they no longer make them, which is a shame. I love that model so much.
Speaking of which, when are you gonna get a Titan?
You know, my that's funny enough. JD was joking the other day. I should start a series saying posting daily Warhammer content until I own a Warlord Titan. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't even know that I want one necessarily. I do like I have some 3D print files for say an Imperator Titan, but it's a 3D print file. That's a little different. 2 seconds.
Mic off. Mic on.
Holy moly, sorry. I had a cough, and it was a nasty one. And I'm nowhere near my keyboard to mute it. Let's see here. Stola says GW has diamond dust in it, right? GW Plastic has diamond dust in it, right? For the prices that they're selling it for, it's got to. It's the only thing that makes sense, if you ask me. Got to. I love the Stormfang ship. The Stormfang is an underrated flying model. I owned one. I don't know where it is. It's somewhere here in the house. I have a Stormfang. Somewhere. It is an underrated model. I love it. It is a giant flying brick with tiny... Have you seen a Stormfang, Final?
I'm just Googling it right now.
If I'm thinking of the same... If I'm thinking of the right model, I think I am. And considering the name, Stormfang, I'm pretty sure it's a Space Wolves model.
Yeah, that's very nice.
It's a giant flying brick with 2 tiny ass wings. It's got a cryo laser on the front of it. It is a cool freaking model. I love the Stormfang. Stormfang underrated. Underrated. Okay, I gotta hurry up. This is starting to cure, and I gotta paint the brown on top. Formerly Wilson Family Jewelry, welcome. It's good to see you. Hope you're having a good day. Just hanging out with everybody, doing some painting, because I haven't done that on stream very much when it comes to Warhammer, and I'm tired of people making jokes that all I do is buy models, and just so I don't have to paint. And also, I'm tired of people telling people that I'm a fan of Tau when I'm not.
Hey, so what do you think about the Manta?
The Tau Manta? Oh, man. Well, I think it's ridiculous. That model, legitimately, you'd have to carry in, like, a baby carrier. Like, one of those, like, saddles that you equip, like, wear around your front. Looking like one of those, Nemesis Dread Knight models. It's a freaking dinner table, man. And it carries 200 fire warriors. It's crazy. It's insane. Boo, Space Wolves, remember Prospero? Listen, maybe if Magnus wasn't such a bitch, Prospero wouldn't have burned Stolas. Just saying. To be fair, 3D print Warlord of a Titan is probably better to go since GW models are resin still. You're not wrong. It's not like you could use a Warlord Titan in table play anyway. The only reason I buy the official stuff is only because I want to take stuff to tournaments. But with a Warlord, you're probably better off buying it anyway. GW is weird. I was actually telling Final yesterday, he's obsessed with Tau. I hate you. It sounds like you know a lot about Tau. Screw you, Final. I had to do it for a video, and no one's gonna believe me when everyone's like, sure you did. But I did it. I'm doing it for a video.
Sure you did.
Fuck you, Final. I had to funny. Do you remember what the strength was on the Taunar? I remember I remember the number. Do you remember what it was?
No.
Okay. What's the highest strength you've ever seen on a model?
Ooh. Man, I'm blanking. I think, like, what the heck was Angron? 16, maybe? I might be making that up.
Okay. Well, you might actually. I don't think you're that far off when it comes to Angron. I'll say this: the highest strength I had seen before I looked up the Taunar was 18, and that was actually the Porphyrion. Tau is just a cheaper version of Knights. You take that back. Prospero was innocent, not some gross death world like Fenris. Listen, Prospero. Okay, Prospero. I almost did the presidential hands. Prospero is a hellhole. All right. If Magnus wanted to defend his people on Prospero, he could have. He chose not to. What does that tell you? Means he was guilty. All right. Unlike the proud Fenrisians, a glorious and noble people with a proud warrior culture. All right, not some book nerds who were tricked by a god who has a thing about eyeballs, okay? Tau really are anime protagonists, and I kind of love it. The setting already had cat girls, and it's not like they're that embarrassing. No, they're not. It's really for the meme for the most part. The Manta is practically a lazy Susan. You're not wrong. You're not wrong, Skylar. I agree. Valrat says, I'm going to add new Space Marines to my army. I just don't have any battle line units, and my Chaos have 40 battle line. Ooh. May I recommend something I've always wanted to do on my custom chapter of Space Marines? Their whole thing is they're obsessed with stealth. They're actually, it's going to sound like I'm getting a little like main character syndrome here. They are Alpha Legion successors that are disguised as Raven Guard successors. They're an Ultimate Founding chapter, and they're obsessed with Phobos armor because of stealth. And I have an entire company that I want to build out of nothing but Phobos. So, like, battle line units would be incursors or infiltrators. I'd have 4 or 6 squads of those, 2 squads of fire support, which would be my eliminators, and 2 squads of frontline or close support. So, which would be reavers, and I think that'd be really cool. As a Dark Angels player, I should agree, but you psychers be wilding out. That's funny. Magnus got screwed by the Accords of Lycia. Well, listen. He was told to stop messing around with powers he didn't understand, and he was all like, "Nuh-uh, I'm built different." And he found out that he was actually built of the same stuff other Primarchs are, and got his shit kicked. Book nerd space Egyptians. You are not wrong. That is exactly what they are. And they got beat up by the jocks that are the Space Wolves, okay? So cope and seethe, nerd. Let's see. What else we got here? That's a sick build for an army. Yeah, that's what I wanted to do, man. It was my Ophidian Blades. That was the name of my chapter. Just all stealth all the time. Lots of Phobos armor. Lots of like sniping and subterfuge, and that's what I was going for. Was just as much like stealth support I could get for that chapter. I thought it would be a really cool idea for a chapter. Let's see. Speaking of hounds, guess what army I'm going to be doing for 11th? World Eaters. That's my guess. Yeah. Also, to be fair, like GW's been pretty embarrassed by the cat girls, which they didn't even add, by the way. Did you know the final? Do you know the story of the cat girls in in 40K?
Wait, is this a real thing? I thought it was like a Reddit post or something.
No. Yeah. The felonids are a real thing, by the way.
Oh Jesus.
They are a real thing. They were added to the setting by a tournament winner who's basically told like, hey, if you win a tournament, you can add to the world of 40K, and he created cat people. And there's literally a planet that GW has to acknowledge exists, but they haven't talked about it in years, so they're like quietly keeping it around, just not talking about it. But they're legitimately cat people, which is great. Yeah, the Ophidian Blades. It sounds like an edgelord screen name. You know, to be fair, I spent like way too long trying to come up with a name for them. They're Alpha Legion successors. I wanted to have something that was like snake adjacent, without being directly related to the Hydra, and I thought the Ophidian Blades was a good way to go about it. I had to do a lot of research to come up with that name, and how dare you make fun of me, because now my fifis are hurt, okay? The Space Wolves may be jocks, but I'm just a book nerd, and my feelings are very sensitive. And they're technically Alpha Legion, so I thought you would like them, Stolas. How dare you? By the lion, I'm rooting for the goddamn Space Wolves. You're damn straight. Yes, Warhounds in old colors. See, I fucking knew it. I knew it. We were going. Yes, that's awesome. So you're doing the old white and blue. A better color scheme than the modern day like World Eaters, in my opinion. That's actually a good question, Final. Do you have any, like, do you have a preference? Do you like some of the pre-heresy paint schemes more than the current paint schemes, or?
Yeah, no, definitely the World Eaters. I agree with that.
Yeah, the World Eaters paint scheme, like, back in the day was sick. Also, Space Wolves. Like, I like the Space Wolves current colors because I've been a fan of the Space Wolves so long that I kind of have to be, you know? But I do think that the Space Wolves pre-heresy color scheme was, like, way cooler. Alright, I've got to get into more brown on this thing. Let's see here. I'm not sure if I could do Angron justice if I paint him just because he's the centerpiece. Honestly, you want to know the thing is, take your time, thin your paints. I am a terrible painter, but I've watched like Duncan Rhodes paint Angron, and I feel like if we did like a Bob Ross paint along, that'd be a good idea for a stream. You know what, Final? That'd be a good idea for a co-stream, by the way. Do a Bob Ross style paint along to old Duncan Rhodes videos.
Yeah, that wouldn't be too bad.
Yeah, it'd be a lot of fun. Yeah, if we did that, that would be an easy way of doing it. I do like all the Legion names are objectively... Yes, all of them are objectively silly. Yeah, I was actually, funnily in fact, kind of like Space Wolves are so kawaii desu. Oh, that is cursed. I read that out loud. I think I've summoned every weeaboo within like 100-mile radius around me. How could you? Kawaii desu. That's so fucking stupid. I was actually telling Final yesterday, if you want to come up with a really cool name for a Space Marine chapter, okay? If you really, really want your chapter of Space Marines to come up with something cool, I was watching a YouTuber who created a chapter of Space Marines called the Death Monkeys. Not even joking, right? But GW does this thing, right, where they don't even take their own naming structure seriously. They make their naming structure as goofy and silly as possible. Like everyone loves the Carcharodons, right? The Carcharodon Astra are some of the coolest Space Marines out there. Everyone talks about how the Carcharodons are like the bee's knees, and I agree. Carcharodons are cool. Their original name for that chapter was Space Sharks. That's it, just the Space Sharks. Now, why is that important, you ask? Well, I'll tell you why that's important. Because all they did was translate it into freaking Latin. So instead of Space Sharks, they went with Carcharodons Astra. That's it. That's what they did. Carcharodons Astra is just Latin for Space Sharks. Alright, I'm getting really into painting here, so I'm trying to concentrate. So I'm on a race against time before this cures too much. So, what I'm doing here is I've had people tell me, like, oh, I shouldn't have glued the panels on. If you glue the panels on, it's going to be a pain in the ass to paint. How are you going to make it look different? And the truth is, yes, the painting with the panels is going to be a slightly trickier thing to do, but if you want it to look different, and you don't have to have two different primers. My recipe for doing a knight, which I haven't like perfected by any stretch of the imagination, by the way, just FYI, has been to do an oil wash. So I've mixed my oil paints here with mineral spirit, and I haven't got the mixture perfect on it. I've kind of screwed it up a little bit, which is fine. But by doing this, all you got to do is you let it cure to your model a little bit. You don't have to do too much. And then we're going to remove it. And it does take about a full 24 hours to properly dry. But once it's cured for about just a little bit, you can actually take makeup applicators and remove a lot of the oil wash, which changes the frame color just enough if you do it right, that you don't have to do too much work to the rest of it to make it stand out. And I will actually demonstrate that here in a little while, but I just wanted to get this done real quick. Okay. All right, let's see what we hear here. All right, we've got... I like the pre-heresy world eaters, but that silver white can be challenging to paint. You're not wrong. The problem with whites is that you get to start from a darker shade and work up. And it's just very counterintuitive. I've never managed to make it work. Whites are challenging. Yellows have sucked so bad for me, which is a shame because I want to do yellow as part of my color scheme. But... yeah, don't worry. It just takes time. I've had to be very patient with myself, and then finally got things to work. I like the idea that Space Marines are still big kids intellectually, and their Legion names are kind of like kids' baseball names. You know what? That's actually really funny, Stolas. I have to be honest with you. Well done on that one. I mean, typical for fantasy, either Latin or Gaelic for a basic word. You're not wrong. It's so funny that you take like, so the Death Monkeys, right? He named the full actual name is the Simians Mortis, which is a really sick sounding name. And then you're like, oh, it's just Death Monkeys, which is like a really goofy name, but it works. It does work. And if it works, it works. I can't judge it too harshly. Let's see. Okay, lads, I'm back. What did I miss? I am just finishing up the last few touches of my oil wash here. And then I have got to start wiping it off. And then I'm going to let the Knight Errant actually sit for most of a day. And then I'll probably work on this again throughout the week, but definitely save some of it for next stream for sure. Final, what you working on? Are you doing anything cool? You just building over there?
Yeah, just building.
Nice.
My paint desk is not near my mic, so.
Oh, no, I get you.
Someday, if my desk ever shows up.
How long have you been waiting?
It's been about a month, and I think it's going to be another 2 months before it shows up.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah. I just had to splurge on one of those secret lab ones, and
Oh, man.
which
Well,
might have been a mistake.
which one did you get? The 40K Galaxy map?
Yeah.
I really wanted that one. I also kind of really want the Dark Angels cover, but I have the Witcher 3 chair, and I love it too much. The Witcher 3, one of my favorite games of all time, and it's only one of the 2 video games that ever made me cry.
You looking forward to the DLC?
No, not at all. Actually, I'm very much against it, but we'll see. I'm open to being blown away and having my mind changed, but I've been very concerned by some of the things like CD Projekt Red has said in relation to The Witcher 4, and that's what this DLC is setting up for, is The Witcher 4, and I'm like, I don't know, but we'll see. I'm open to having my mind changed, but it's gonna be a wait to purchase thing for me. Okay, let's see here. All right, my custom army is purple with gold on the trim. Right pauldron and helmets are painted with apothecary white, and the Agrax Earthshade over the face to point mid helmet on top. Oh, okay, cool. I was thinking about purple with gold trim or vice versa for my homebrew Dark Angels army. Well, you'll have to tell me about your homebrew Dark Angels army, because I love any homebrew stuff. I think homebrew is the way that 40K is meant to be expressed, and then 2 on top of that. I always use other people's homebrew for inspiration, because that's just really freaking cool. My biggest inspiration for my custom Jesus Christ, custom chapter of Space Marines, I don't know why that was difficult for me to say, was actually the Sons of the Phoenix chapter, which is apparently like a secret Emperor's Children successor chapter. So we'll see. I have shorts on my Space Marines if you want to see the paint I laid down. Actually, yes, I will be checking that out later, because I am interested. Okay. Because that sounds pretty freaking cool, if I'm not going to lie to you.
Oh, okay. I read that really, really wrong.
What did you read?
I thought you had shorts on MySpace.
That's funny. You're like, how did you upload shorts to MySpace? I didn't know MySpace was still around. MySpace in our Lord 2026. You were not alone, apparently. Witcher 3 is getting new DLC. What is the point? It's setting up for The Witcher 4. It's a tie-in for The Witcher 4 and the very last outing for Geralt of Rivia. I've been unimpressed by CD Projekt Red and how they've kind of handled the Witcher 4 situation and the criticisms they've received, and I hope it's good. I just don't have I'm not going to hold my breath. I've been disappointed too many times before, but it could be really good, like the one last outing, like maybe an adventure with Geralt and Ciri on like a monster hunt together, and it's like setting up for his retirement or something. It could be good. I'll tell you what game I'm actually really interested in, Final, since you asked about CD Projekt Red games in general. I'm really excited to check out Blood of the Dawnwalker. Have you seen anything about that at all?
I think I've seen a commercial, or what is it, the ad for it. Is that the one where some guy's protecting like his daughter, and then vampire people show up?
Yes, actually, it's sister, but yeah, he's pretending, and the vampires show up, and he gets infected by vampires, which is really cool. I'm interested. I'm very, very interested. Sorry, I stepped away from my desk, everybody. I'm just grabbing makeup applicators because my wife has to put up with me checking out makeup sponges every time we go to the store together. Sorry for the text if it sounded funny. That's fine. Hi, Wizard. How you doing? Luke, it is good to see you. I'm doing great, actually. I'm just doing a little painting today, which I am very excited to do. Let's see. At its core, 40K is a tabletop game, so the homebrew stuff and role playing is so important, in my opinion. Yes, absolutely, Stolas, it is. I think it's what makes the community, and I think that's why the community for so long has been so like stalwart in 40K, and why 40K has stayed around as long as it has. The problem is GW has kind of turned away from that a little bit when it comes to like the modeling and tournament and the official stuff that they do kind of side of things. And it does seem that with 11th edition, they recognize that maybe they shouldn't have, and they're going back a little bit to fix it, which I'm all for. You know, I love the home brewing. I think it's great. I'm all about it. So I think it's really cool, and I love it when people share their homebrew stuff. It is, even if it gets a little main character syndrome-y a little bit here and there, it is an amazingly important thing in my opinion. Hi final from Luke, and then you responded with hey, and then he gave you a waving emoji, and then said we teamed up with your voice doppelganger yesterday in Darktide. That is true. We did. It was uncanny how crazy it was. By the way, final, my dad missed you last night. He's like, oh cool, final's gonna play, and then you never hopped on, and you made my dad sad.
Oh yeah, no, Bergen was taking way too long.
Yeah, I get you. I get you. I mean, to be fair, I'm gonna keep playing. I'm gonna level up all my classes to 30.
Yeah, I gotta figure out how everything works again. But yeah, I'm probably gonna play later today.
Oh, I certainly am. I'm gonna see if my dad is interested. He may not be tonight, but that's okay. So I'm clearing off a lot of this here, and it's still wet. It's still curing in places, but I love that dirty, grimy, rusty look that oil washes give it. And you can tell, like I've spray painted this the same color, and it's already tinted this underframe quite a bit, which I think just looks really, really nice. So I don't blame them. Tabletop RPGs don't make them money like Space Marine Netflix shows do. You're not wrong, and I don't blame them either. It's just I think going away from the community stuff in general when it comes to like the world of 40K and how they handle it is just a little sad. Like they used to sell models to help people like take ownership of their armies quite a bit. You know, you could buy penal legion troops, like basic like conscript troops, and make your own custom Astra Militarum regiments and stuff, which is awesome. They've kind of leaned away from that a little bit, but that's what I was telling Final yesterday is like, you know, you love Warhammer in spite of Games Workshop. You don't love it because of Games Workshop, and that's like because it's a tale of two companies with that company. You've got the corporate side that just wants to make make as much money, you know, get their dollar, get out, you know, make that bag. And then you've got the side of the company that does care about the lore, does care about the rules, are members of the community, and you can feel that. Like that's Final, correct me if I'm wrong here, but like to me it felt like that was what it was with the presenters at Adepticon, that they really do care about 40K and they want to have a good time with it. And then you have the corporate side that turns around and says, yeah, all right, now let's make as much money with this as humanly possible.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think the presenter guys sound like they really care, and the people who do like the Warhammer TV stuff and the painting tutorials, they all sound like they're really passionate. But it is still a corporation at the end of the day, so.
Exactly. So you have like the tale of two companies when it comes to GW. You've got like the people who actually give a damn and want to make a good game and care about the community, and then you've got the corporation side of things, which are like, no, let's make as much money as we possibly can. And that's kind of where I go, like, you are a fan of Warhammer in spite of Games Workshop, not because of Games Workshop. And that's really what it boils down to. Eventually, I have a feeling that GW will eventually abandon making rules for the game and will just focus on being a model company. And then from there, I think the community will basically be like, all right, well, we'll just take over the lore from here. Because that's, weirdly enough, did you know that there is a very large contingent of people that still only play Warhammer Fantasy Final?
No.
There is, and this community has also continued the universe of Warhammer Fantasy even after the end times, and they're entering, I think, like their 4th edition. And it's just they don't publish anything for money. They publish everything online for free, and then you can make donations to them if you so choose. And they're keeping like the old Warhammer Fantasy alive with that way, which is kind of cool if you ask me.
I think you're in trouble as far as these allegations go.
On Warhammer Fantasy or Tau or which allegations exactly?
Did you notice who just joined?
No, who joined? What? Who joined? Is
Hello,
it me or
everybody.
this guy? Oh no, it's Edward, you son of a bitch! No! Hello, everybody. This is my best friend, Edward. One of my two best friends in the whole world. Final's quickly becoming a third, weirdly enough. Congratulations, Final. Who also accuses me of being a filthy, disgusting Tau lover. You son of a bitch. How you doing?
Doing pretty good. I was just watching you paint your Taunar online.
My Taunar, you son of a bitch. Oh, man. Let's see what we got here. So, the way his voice sounds through his microphone. Is it me or does the final guy sound like the phone guy from FNAF? That's funny. Apparently, you're the phone guy from FNAF, Final.
I've never played it, so I can't think of any lines to say.
That's fair.
So,
That's fair.
Placeholder line here from FNAF.
That's funny. I think there's a third side, which is to make 40K into nearly an esport. You know, you're not wrong, but weirdly enough, I have to give GW praise here. They refuse to turn it into an esport, and the reason they do is they've had people, like, they've had tournaments where you can win prize money and stuff, which weirdly enough, it was like $5,000, $6,000 per tournament if you won, which is not that much in terms of Warhammer anyway. So, you know, you show up to buy a Warhammer with $4,000, $5,000, you walk out with what, maybe 3 boxes? No one laughed at that? Okay, all right, I'll just go hang myself. Anyway, they actually, like, they had a lot of people show up for those tournaments when they were doing prize money, and they didn't like the atmosphere that it brought with those people, so they ended up actually getting rid of the prize money for those tournaments. And I have to say, it is a rare GW W, actually, because they saw what it was doing to their community, and they wanted nothing to do with it, so they got rid of it. So I have to be honest with you on that one, GW, good job. Well done. You know, where there's smoke, there's fire cast. I hate you, Stolas. You son of a bitch. I miss it when you were just trying to make me a dirty, filthy heretic with chaos, and now you're sitting here making jokes about me being a Tau lover, you son of a bitch. Until some corporate suit from EA or Epic or something joins the GW board. Oh, well, you know, yeah. It's... Oh, that's so sad. I don't want to think about it. It'll happen eventually. I know it will. My lovely hobby will be corporatized to be within an inch of its life. Hey, Wizard, did you ever meet Final in real life? I have never met Final in real life, actually. Final, I don't even know what state he lives in. I've never asked. I only ever started messaging him because he's one of the main reasons I started making any kind of content, was because I saw this guy posting very wholesome, like, reels on Instagram, and I found his YouTube channel and everything. And I was like, so I made a goofy video calling him out for, in like a fake drama way, for making me paint my models. And it was when I started building. At the time, it was I think it was my Arcanaut frigate for my Carriagents, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, I never saw the update for that.
I have it built. I just haven't painted it. I have it in subassembly, actually, to build it. I have the crew set aside in subassembly for painting. I have my Arcanaut ironclad dreadnought ready to go. That's by the time I was ready to start painting those, I got my knights, and I was like, oh, well, I'm going to get into my knights. I have this all the way off camera. I need to be right here. Sorry, guys. But yeah, I've got my frigate done. I've got my frigate, my gun hauler, my ironclad dreadnought. I've got most of my first Arcanaut company. I still have the ones that you sent me. I need to build my engine master, my engine riggers, and my admiral still. And then I have my spearhead. How does it feel to love Tau so much, Lord Nerd? I don't know. How does it feel to... Screw you, man.
Don't worry, he loves it a lot.
Let's see. Also, we have it in writing that Wizard likes Slanesh models. No! Final. Do not lie to people like that. I didn't say that. You son of... I said the sculpts look good. That's not much better. It's Slanesh
Wizard's
models.
more of the Iron Warriors.
I hate Perturabo. Why would you say this? Perturabo...
I mean, it's more of a secret love, just like the Tau. Except everyone knows you love the Tau.
Perturabo
so
can...
love is Perturabo.
Perturabo can siege the darkest part of my human anatomy that I can't talk about on YouTube. How's the dry brushing going? I'm not dry brushing, Luke. Weirdly enough, I am currently removing an oil wash off of my knight. I'm just using it to stain the paint job for the frame. And then I'm off to let this cure for about 24 hours, and it will it should maintain its coloring quite well. And I don't know. What do you think, Final? I think this griminess looks really good.
It's like a dirty copper.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, I've mixed brown and black oil paints to kind of give it like a rusty, grimy kind of look to it. On camera, it kind of has that coppery tone, but I am removing a lot of this oil paint. I'm going to let it cure for 24 hours, and then I will, it should be completely set. It might take 48, because I put a lot of mineral spirit on this, so it could take up to 48 hours. But once it's done, I will be able to paint over this no problem, and the oil will not go anywhere, and it will just stay this rusty, grimy brown, which I think looks good.
Are you using a different camera than normal?
This is my 4K camera right now. Why?
It's not as focused as normal. As
Really?
it usually is.
Really?
I think
Oh
that's
no,
what's
the
happening. They
autofocus
keep on
is having a problem.
refocusing.
Yeah, it's
refocusing.
constantly refocusing. That is weird.
Well,
It's because the dimensions of the knight and the cameras keeps on moving back and forth a lot.
Well, here, let me see.
I mean, I guess it's focused, but it's not as high resolution as it usually is. How about that?
Really? That is odd. I didn't even notice. Also, I do not like olives, Luke. I actually legitimately just straight up gag and almost puke every time. Not liking olives is actually crazy, though. What the fuck? What? I can't stand it. And I wish I could. My dad and my cousins and my sister and everybody I know that loves olives could like eat olives straight out of a can like it's freaking popcorn, dude. I can't stand the smell. I wish I could. In culinary school, we had to make tapenade, which you make from basically food processing olives together with like lime juice and thyme and all this stuff in there. And I couldn't even wash out my own blender. It made me gag every time. I would start retching into a trash can. Nothing would ever happen. But I couldn't do it, man. I wish I could. I don't know.
Smell?
It's just the smell. I don't know what it is. I wish I understood what it was, but something about the smell of olives makes me gag so much.
I mean, same thing with me and green beans.
And really, I didn't know that about you. I try every like few months to try eating an olive every now and then, and it happens. It's just like, oh, you know, maybe my taste buds have changed. Maybe I can finally stop. Nope, I've not been able to do it for years. I don't know what it is. There's not very many foods I can't eat. I didn't know, like, for example, I never had them growing up, but I didn't know until, like, again, in culinary school, I have a food allergy. I can't eat eggplant or touch eggplant.
Oh.
Final, are you a big eggplant fan?
That's a loaded question, isn't it?
Yeah, actually it was. You caught my trap. You caught my trap. I'm gonna have to get more of this. Try to eat them like they eat them like that because they're delicious, bro. Listen, man, I wish I could. I feel like I'm missing out. like on like everybody I know that loves olives, right? And so I feel like I'm missing out on some excellent food. I just can't eat them. I wish I could. I don't know what it is, man. I don't know what it is. I've tried for years. It's like that. I can't eat oatmeal either, but that's a textural thing. Which I hear people with autism have textural food issues, so haha, get fucked.
Avocado.
I can eat avocado, but you can't? You can't do avocados?
It's too soft. And not as fruity.
Oh, hey, Luna. Yeah, you did miss some stuff. Everyone's saying I'm a Tau fan, which is a filthy, disgusting lie. I will not allow it.
And a secret Iron Warriors fan.
You start another rumor, you son of a bitch.
I'm the one who started the first one.
As a kid, you're not the one that started the first one. Final technically was the one that started the first one.
I just continued it.
You did
because it was funny.
Don't you take?
I'm a Tau player.
Yeah, don't you take Final's joke, you son of a bitch. All right.
I'm not taking it. I just gave him credit. I'm just keeping.
Hey, between like the live stream and the Discord, I missed something.
Oh, he said he was trying to say that he started the whole "I'm a Tau fan" joke, and I said, "Don't you take Final's joke, you son of a bitch."
No. I said I gave him credit because he started it.
Yeah. Well, I'm catching him. I was just catching him.
It's not starting anything. It's more we're just latching on to comments you've made.
Comments that says I secretly weep into a poster of Shadow Sun at night or something. What comments have I made?
Exactly. See, no, that's gonna be forever on the internet.
And also the fact that he has a body pillow of Shadow Sun.
I mean, can you blame me? She's got abs. I mean,
You heard it here, folks. He admits he has a body pillow of Shadow Sun. He is truly a Tau lover.
That's funny. And now we have discovered that Wizard loves olives and is his favorite food in the world. You know what, Luke? You used to be cool, man. What happened to you? Okay, I think... Okay, yeah. I was like, I got to be absolutely sure before I stop wiping off the excess oil on this thing that I've got everything wiped down. Any extra oil paint still left on this bad boy is going to stay.
Is there any crevice on that model that you can't reach with that little brush that might be stuck in there?
Yeah, his Grendel. I can't get to his Grendel.
Is this the one that's in the running position?
Yeah.
Or the one that perched on the rock?
Yeah, this is it. This is the running position. It looks good. I think I'm doing one final check. I'm pretty sure that's got some more stuff in here I need to clean out. Get some stuff down there. Just make sure. Okay. I don't want to jinx myself, but I'm pretty sure. Yep. All right. That's it, guys. I finally got my knight errant. I almost said Tau. God damn it. Damn it.
So close.
Trying to correct it. All right. I got my knight errant finally primed and oil washed. So that's going to sit over there off to the side for a little while. I also did the same for my Knight Preceptor, which is now done. It's been oil washed as well. Not as cleanly as I should have. I wasn't paying too much attention on a few spots on it, but I think it looks really, really good. I also, my favorite part of this whole thing is I created a spike out of the plastic rod I had, so now it just stabs into its cork rock like this, and I think it looks pretty good. I think it looks really good. So, I've got that done, finally. Haha. So, I need to take another brush. I'm going to let this sit here for a bit. I'm actually going to have to wash that out here in a little while. It's time to get some of this mixed up. because I need white oil paint, because I'm going to try to do something I've never done before. Something I need to experiment with, because I want to use this to separate my models from one another. And I'm going to choose some object source lighting. So we're just going to get this all mixed up. Yeah, I've never done this before, so I'm very curious to see what happens. I respect the ab lover, but come on, that's what a Sisters of Battle are for. Listen, they're covered up by power armor, to be fair. God damn it, I'm defending it!
Not the Repentia.
That's to be fair. If I get caught with Sisters of Repentia models around and a woman walks in and sees those, I have a lot of explaining to do. Alright. I'm going to need more mineral spirit for this, I can already tell. Let's see. What's in the clear box? These are makeup applicators that I use to wipe off excess oil paint. When I do my oil washes, the trick to them is you need to get mineral spirit, which is what this is right here. It's not water. And it thins out the oil paint quite a bit. And then what you do is you slather as much of that stuff off as you possibly can, and it allows you the opportunity to stain the paint underneath it ever so slightly. So the trick is you slather as much oil paint on this thing as you possibly can with this mineral spirit, and then you let it cure for about 10 minutes, which for me on these bigger models, by the time I finish painting the entire thing how I want with the oil paints, it's time to go ahead and start removing from where I first started. And you get some really nice, I think, like staining, which gives it this rusty, grimy... I saw a spot I missed I need to get to.
No.
Anyway, so it comes off like a little bits of it, and it leaves behind just a thin amount, and usually a lot in the recesses, and you get a really nice like staining effect, and it really does a lot to bring out a lot of the details in a primed model.
I'm curious.
I don't.
Those brushes you've already used, can you clean them and reuse them?
You can, actually, believe it or not. So what I do is I have a little glass. I'm going to put some Dawn's dish soap in this, just a tiny amount of Dawn's in this. What you need is another container that you have extra mineral spirit in to get as much of the oil paint out as you can. And you want it to basically start to run clear when you do that. And then you wash it in soap water, and you just wash out all of the soap out of it. Now, the reason I'm using Dawn's is because I have synthetic brushes, so I can get away with that. The problem here is if you have natural brushes, which are insanely expensive, but they're worth it, you may not be able to do the Dawn's route. You might need to get some like actual brush soap. So, I don't think the average Warhammer fan could handle an Adeptus Sororitas. In real life, I agree with you. They scare me. I'm also bold of you to presume, even though I'm married, I am a Warhammer fan. I'm scared of women. Black olives or green olives? Neither. Kalmatas, because they're the only ones I can stand the smell of for a longer period of time. Hey, bro, from Skylar. Is it because I said, is it the power armor comment I made? I hope that's what that was. Hey, Wizard, will you ever bring back the kitten camp? I have thought about it. Well, we're not keeping the kittens anymore, so we don't have to keep them in their playpen or anything. If I can find a spot where the kitten will actually stay still long enough to do anything, I will absolutely bring back the kitten camp. As of right now, she's a little too hyper and a little too exploratory that I don't think I could easily do so. Oh my goodness, Wizard does makeup. I drive my wife crazy because every time we go to Walmart, I go and I look at the makeup sponges for model painting stuff. And she's like, oh, you are the only husband ever that wants to go look at the makeup section with their wife and not be gay. And I was like, yes, you are correct. I love eggplant, especially as a lasagna. What's wrong, Edward? Are you?
That just sounds terrible.
I can't. I'm allergic. I can't do it. The first time I ever had it, the first time I ever messed with eggplant, period, I was making ratatouille as part of a curriculum in culinary school, and my hands, even through the gloves, my hands were itching like crazy, and I actually scratched them bloody. And then when it came to tasting the eggplant and the ratatouille, my throat started itching really, really badly, and my face turned red. And someone had to give me Benadryl, and we realized what it was the eggplant, because the next day I was cutting up more eggplant, and my hands started itching again really, really badly. Jury is still out on the gay part. My wife would defend me in this part. Well, actually, no, she wouldn't, because every time I tell her I love her so much, she just looks at me and goes gay. So every time, Edward, every freaking time, I just look at her and she goes, "What?" I go, "I just love you so much," and she looks back at me and she gets this look in her eye where she's like, "Oh, that's so sweet," and she just goes, "That's gay." Hey, where's it? I'm going to go now, but I hope you have a really great rest of your stream and a great rest of your day. I probably will see you later on today if you're hanging out in the Discord. I plan on it, Luke, but hey, thank you for swinging by and saying hi. Have a great rest of your day, brother, man. Liberace was married? Nah, that's fair. All right.
Well,
I don't know if I got this to the right consistency. I think I've got this to the right consistency. I need this to flow really, really easily, and I don't know if it's too thin for that. I just have large chunks of this white paint. We're just gonna get that. There we go. Okay, let's see if that's thin enough. I think it is. Hopefully it's not too thin. Okay, we're gonna try this. I've never done this before. I'm actually like super freaking nervous, but if it works, I'm going to be super happy. All right, let's just get a little bit more on the end of my brush here. Okay. Okay, it's working. Okay, it's kind of working. I've actually been following a guy on Instagram for a long time. Final. Have you ever heard of anybody called El Mini Turista?
Who hasn't?
Exactly. Well, you find some people who just don't. Edward, you've not seen El Mini Turista?
I don't think so.
Okay. He does amazing painting like stuff on YouTube. That are on YouTube and Instagram actually. He clearly spends like hundreds of hours, I would say, on every model he does, and he does amazing object source lighting. And I found a video where he discussed his method, and he said he does an initial base of white oil paint to get the initial glow. And I've seen so many of his videos to like try to analyze how he does it, because he only ever talks about it like a couple of times. And this looks an awful lot like how he does this. I think this will work. I'm clearly using the wrong brush for this, but this is actually starting to work. I think. Oh, my mom's in the chat, everybody. Who's alleging what? Oh, well, Mother, see, Edward here and Final both have been alleging that I am a filthy, disgusting Xenos lover. And there have been accusations, even from my wife, saying that I only buy Warhammer so I don't have to paint Warhammer. I just keep buying more models. And so I am putting an end to both of the allegations today. I am not a disgusting, filthy alien lover. And I am, in fact, painting on camera some models. So no one can say I don't do either.
No, the talent humans too, don't they?
I hate you, Final.
You did admit that you have a body pillow of Shadow Sun.
I recently got the Imperial Knight Codex because I have a few models I can use with it. I also have gotten my Imperial Knight Codex. I got it right before I left on my honeymoon, and I'm very excited. I have gone through it a little bit. I don't have every knight. A lot of my knights are not in the Codex, which is a shame for me, but yeah, that's awesome. we'll have to compare and contrast. I've been building out my army list and kind of deciding how I want to play, which I am super excited for. Okay. All right, first oil wash down. I'm in. All right. It's so cute that Real Luke thinks that those little menaces are going to be still enough for Kitten Cam now. Exactly. That's exactly my point. I need Inky to go down for a nap and like choose a specific spot. Stola says Space Bomb. Lord Nerd says I put a progress report of the Dreadnought in the Discord, and Mom says ha ha ha. The painting thing might be accurate. I'm actively painting right now. I've done 2 models today that I started, and Mother, just 1 second, and I set up a second camera to show that I will be doing more painting today, in fact. So suck it. All right, let's see. Oh yeah, Mother, Space Mom, Stolas wanted to tell you about these baby bunnies he saved last night, which is awesome. You could kitten cam the little monsters attacking my feet under the blanket. Ow, ow, ow. Yeah, I have that problem every night. Fucking Inky being a freaking menace to society over there. I woke up with her attacking my nose this morning. She just woke up and bit my nose. I wish I was joking, too. That is a legit thing that happened. I woke up, she's, like, nomming on the end of my nose. Aha. Okay. I don't know. This might be too skinny for this, but... AI painting is getting advanced. It's final for 2 things. 1, you're in the chat. You can just talk. And 2, quit insulting me like that, man. I'm not AI. I'm a real person. I actually exist.
That's what an AI would say.
Speaking of Tau, did you ever show off your new knight on stream?
Which one? The Atropos or?
Yeah, the one that showed up right after your cruise? Or right before the cruise? Something like that?
Oh, it showed up the day we got back. No, I haven't. Well, I haven't done much with it yet. I can show it off. I bought the Atropos.
Unboxing?
The unboxing? Yeah, you know what? You know what? Give me a second here. Let me finish what I'm doing. I fucked up already. Let me finish what I'm doing here. And I will I can go get it. It's right just in the living room, actually. All right, I gotta get this here. All right, we're gonna get this knocked out. I think this is gonna look really cool when it's all said and done. Get that removed. Get that removed. Okay. So I'm thinking about adding here this. So I'm not a genius, but I'm pretty sure this stuff on the back here is the power as the plasma reactor. And I want to do some OSL work with the plasma reactor. I think it'll look really, really good. I have white ink I'm going to run through the airbrush. The problem is it's going to take this a while to cure. I don't know if this is going to take a full 24 hours to cure. I'm not doing much. And it's pretty...
I think it's depending on the thickness.
Well, it's pretty thinned out, too, so I might be able to get away with this today. So I've got my compressor is already run. So I've got that ready to go. And I've got all of my paints out here, so I should be able to do this. Did you swipe my white acrylic ink? No, Dad gave me his white acrylic ink that he purchased. I haven't. It's in the craft room. And then I have my accidentally 200 mill. I thought I was buying a 20 milliliter tube, which is smaller than this, and I bought a 200 And, oh, if Dad's the one that stole it, then yes, I absolutely. Say, Mr. Wizard, how many towel body pillows do you have? I guess, if we're gonna stick with it, I have one, and it's for Shadow Son. Why couldn't we have come up with a cool fake rumor to throw around? Like, you know, I'm really into Emperor's Children or something. It had to be Tao. It had to be. Are you kidding me?
Well, because we don't spread false rumors here.
We don't spread false. That's funny.
I mean, you already said you're afraid of women, and so the Adeptus Sororitas is out, so it's got to be alien.
All right, that's fair.
I mean, what if we said you had a Tyranid body pillow?
That's acceptable. He did not do. He shopped my freaking craft room. Then yes, mother, I have your white ink that Dad gave me, and if you want it back, you just have to ask. I'll give it back. I have mineral spirit all over my hands. I don't know what I'm supposed to do here. Get some paper towels is what I'm going to need to do. Ow! Thank you, Inky. You ever walk like 2 steps and then immediately your foot gets attacked by a cat? That's what happens to me every day. Every day.
I used to, but my cat grew up.
Okay. You don't even know a single Tau character name? I only know Shadow Son because I watch too much Adeptus Ridiculous. I need to not.
And Farsight.
Well, everybody should know Farsight. I wasn't saying that. I was talking about Shadow Son, which is a slightly more obscure person unless you're into Tau, Edward.
See, if you know more than 2 names, then you're a Tau lover.
I only know those 2, though.
Exactly, you're a Tau lover.
But I only know 2. You said more than 2. Yeah, you get attacked every day, Stolas. That's fair. That's fair. Only truth tellers in this chat? No, Skylar, no. No. Because then, if you believed everybody, I'm a huge fan of olives. And I can't stand olives. I wish I could. They make me gag every time.
YouTube won't let me clip your stream. I gotta do it manually.
Are you gonna clip that? Is really? I gag every time.
What did you do?
Is that what you're gonna clip? Is I gag every time?
No, it's for the olives part, but you can do that too if you want.
Why am I friends with you again, Final?
No, that maniacal laughter wasn't me.
That's fair. Okay, all right. That, I think, is going to look good. Once it's cured enough, I'm going to have to go in with an airbrush. I think that'll look good, though. You want quality YouTube shorts? Get Wizard eating an olive. It's wildly entertaining. Oh, God. I'm just going to start gagging thinking about it. Okay, next up, one more area to make glow. This is like getting to the point where I have to like really concentrate. So I don't know. Final, say something entertaining.
Something entertaining.
Thank you. You're a good friend. Despite you constantly lying about me. Ooh, that's a lot of oil paint. There we go. Alright, I'm gonna let these cure.
Did you ever fix your Fantic?
It's not like it's something that I can fix. It's that it's loosened up enough when it tries to hold anything in it. After what my wife, I have to constantly tighten everything down. So no, unfortunately, I have not. But it's not like completely busted, which is fine. All right, let's see here. Ever seen the Maury Povich clip of a woman afraid of olives? I have seen that one, and it's hilarious to me. That's kind of my whole life. Gonna go lurky. I have a ridiculous headache, and I'm gonna close my eyes for a while. Mother, I hope you get to feeling better. But you're still in my earbuds. And then Lord Nerd says, saying that Wizard doesn't like Tau is such a lie. It's only comparable to saying that the Emperor has no psychic powers. Why? Why does my whole community want to just continue on with the idea that I'm a huge fan of Tau? I don't know how this has started with why this has gotten so like big as it has, but at this point I'm just glad to have a community meme. And Stolas says bring out the olives. No, I'm good. I'm good. You know what, I might if I ever get to the point where I have super chats on these live streams, if I hit a super chat like stretch goal, I'm gonna have to bust out a give me $50 worth of super chats and I'll eat an olive on stream kind of deal.
Ooh, be careful with that one.
If I get
hit that
every
so fast.
no every $50, I'll eat an olive on camera, and it'll be
A single 50, single olive for every $50.
for every $50. If I ever get super chats, that's what I'm gonna do. And you know what? You say careful. I can deal with puking my guts up in a trash can for $50 at a time.
I mean, you have made yourself sick over drinking Diet Coke one time.
I did do. I can't do that anymore though. I now have built up an immunity to aspartame as an allergy.
Really?
Yeah. Well, Eddie, I've been drinking Coke Zeros for the last 6 months. And I'm down almost. I gained a little weight on the cruise. I ain't gonna lie, but I'm down back almost 50 pounds now.
Well, that's great.
It is great. I'm excited. I'm losing weight. Better reward than DSP eats. I would hope so. I would genuinely hope that is the case. Okay, so despite making a mess all over my desk, what's new at this point? This desk has seen so much. Okay, there is one more spot I need to do, and that is the power generator for the Thunder Gauntlet. And that's what we'll do here. Does YouTube demonetize vomiting? Not on camera, as far as I'm aware. There we go. All right. Tell me what you... Be honest with me, boys. Tell me what you think. I've got OSL effect down for the las cutter here, which I'll be spraying once it's fully cured. I've got it here on the back for the power generator on the Thunder Gauntlet. I've got it here on the back grates for the plasma generator, and here on the top grates. So, what do you think so far? You think that's gonna look good? I think it'll look good.
Can you do the inside of those engines that are sticking up? Back part?
These are too deep to do. They're just straight holes all the way down. And I don't want to do OSL here. I'm actually gonna do like some patina on the metal up there. But this is what I got. What do you think? Final, Eddie, thoughts?
Can you turn off your light for a sec? The one that's on the desk?
Oh yeah, it's my overhead light.
I mean, I'm liking how it looks.
I'm waiting for the stream to catch up.
Yeah, you're good. You're good. I'm just kind of going through all the different ones I've done. Power gauntlet generator. Oh wow, you can really see that without the light on. I got the back here for the plasma generator, and then again on top. I think it looks good.
Oh no, it wasn't the light. No, I thought it was the light that was making it lower resolution. Maybe YouTube just hates me.
Well, there's that. I don't know. I shouldn't laugh at that, Stolas. If it's only for an eating disorder, that's funny. Thank you, Lady Valorant. Yeah, I think it'll look really, really good. I actually want to do that on all of my knights. Is that same effect on the plasma generator? So I'm gonna do the same thing when this guy fully cures here on the back. I'm gonna do the same thing for my knight errant, which, by the way, I think it looks really, really good on the base. All things considered.
I don't forget to turn your light back on.
I'll have to, yeah. But yeah, I think it looks really good so far. I'm actually really pleased.
Yeah, I think it looks good. I forget to post some pictures up on the Discord.
I will be posting some pictures up on the Discord. I want to take some pictures on the Discord, and I'm going to take pictures for Instagram. Okay. If I could get to the plasma generator on this without the armor plating on here, I probably should have built it without the armor plating in general. But I love the plates on the back of this, so I'm going to have to leave that alone. Soon. All right. Well, shit. What do I do? Well, I guess I can go ahead and get to work in the spray booth. This will be a lot of fun. So, I've been working on my Knight Castellan for my paint recipe. And I think it looks, like so far, I think it looks pretty good. It's not perfect. You can see some mistakes in the yellow if you look really, really close. But I'm going to cover those up because I have a stencil for my heraldry I'm going to do there. Also really, by the way, I'm really proud of the silver I have here on the chest piece. You can't quite see it on this camera. I'll swap over here real quick. I ended up doing silver on the collar of this. Again, you can't quite see it that well in this light. Is it just the light that does that? Kinda. Yeah, it's not great. But I did this with the silver here in the collar. I think it looks pretty good. I need a non-reflect. I do need one, Ma. I do need one. You're not wrong. But I think it looks pretty good. I'm actually really excited. My mother reminded me. I thought I was going to do an unboxing or something. I will. I have to get the oil paint mess cleaned up real quick. So I will be right back. I'm going to get some stuff to get that cleaned up with real quick. And then I guess I'm going to unbox my Knight Atropos. So I will be right back, everybody. Okay, sorry about that. I had to go get some stuff and but ruin a Tupperware container as well. We don't use them, so I'm okay with ruining them, but that's... If my case is my wife is watching. Hi, honey. Don't worry. I'll replace it. I promise. I suck at this closing my eyes thing. Mother, we all do. It's okay. Lord Nerd said he's gone. He gets the poster of Tao. I hate that this is the meme that my community has latched on to. Like, taking an Erebus was funny. The fact that this is the meme that everyone has latched onto hurts my feelings ever so slightly. Tao kisser. That's fuck you, Stolas. That's also another tagline of mine. It's just fuck you, Stolas. All right. Big ass bottle of mineral spirits. Okay, so to wash these, typically, Edward, just to give you an idea, you just kind of run it through your mineral spirit until it basically runs clear off the brush. And what that does is it just dilutes the oil paint down. And then what I like to do, personally, is I'll set them off to the side until they're all washed off. And I have Dawn's dish soap, a single, like, small drop in the container of water, and then I'm just going to use that to get the mineral spirit cleaned off.
You know, this would make a great video.
Actually, it would make a great video, and believe it or not, Final, it's one of the things I plan on covering when I do my Lancer and my Atropos. Because I'm going to be making full videos on those. I'm going to probably build those off stream for the most part, and then I'll
Be a nice teaching video.
Yeah, it would
about
be.
This, for those who are not used to it. But I was also mostly speaking about the actual makeup brushes that's to the left. And
Oh, these are disposables. These are disposables.
Okay, so this is just only meant for the brushes that you use to put it on there.
Yeah, yeah. No, you're not gonna. No, I'm not gonna clean the makeup sponges. They're disposable for a reason. I got 1,000 count like years ago.
Mind,
I got it years ago for oil washes for this very thing. Okay, so we're gonna get that washed off. I'm not getting any more paint onto the paper towel by doing that. So then I'll go through and I'm just gonna use this to stir the Dons into the water because I just put a drop in there. And then brush the walls down, make sure there's no paint or anything else coming off. And then, again, I'll just wipe it onto a paper towel to dry it. I know I'm not the only one that does it, but I use my tongue to help rebuild the shape of the brush. And I'm just going to let it dry. If you had proper, like, brush soap for this would be perfect. But I do a very thin layer of Dawn's because I have synthetics and I don't care about them too terribly much because, like, you can always treat them after if they start to warp at all because they're synthetics. People use... did you know that they're using, like, hair dryers or, like, lighters to repair their synthetics? Have you ever seen that, guys?
Oh, jeez. No.
Yeah, if you get like your tip starts to bend or curl at all, they'll just take like a lighter to it and it straightens it back out, or they get it wet and they put it under a hair dryer.
Oh wow. No, I just do the boiling water and vinegar thing.
Okay.
All right, so that is done. What I will do is I'm gonna go dump this outside later. Because it is mineral spirit after all, and paint. And that is basically all I need to do to clean up my mess. I don't even bother, by the way. I just have a lot of extra mineral spirit in the white. I don't even bother cleaning these. These are like mason, like literally lids to a mason jar candle that I just stole from my wife. They're trash because she had 2 of them that we're going to throw away. And then she kind of got mad at me because I stole this one off of an active candle she hasn't lit yet. But it's okay. Better to ask for permission than for forgiveness. Or the other way around. Better to ask for forgiveness than permission. Don't listen to me. I am retarded. If anyone's taking marriage advice from me, my anniversary is in 7 days. My first anniversary is in 7 days. I am not an expert on marriage. But I'm taking a playbook from my wife's book, and that is, it's better to ask for forgiveness than for permission. So she may not appreciate me saying that, but that's okay. All right.
Gosh, it's already been a year.
A year in 1 week from today, which I will be live streaming that day. So, because my wife has to work on our anniversary, and I'm off. Hooray!
That's terrible. But it's the day before FIFA World Cup starts.
Well, that's good. If I gave a shit about soccer, I'd be very excited. Rip the autistic wizard. When she sees this, I will be in trouble. Okay, so final, and my mother asked about my night atropos. I actually got this in the mail the day I came back from my honeymoon, which I was very excited about. Another one that I will be doing a lot of OSL work with, but I've got the instructions for building. I now have all 4 of the Cerastus Knights, which means technically I now get Exodia, I think. That's how that works, right? You get all 4 Cerastus Knights, and then you get Exodia, and you automatically win at 40k.
Is that a new name for Tau?
I hate you. I hate you so much. All right, you and Stolas both. I hope you like stub your pinky toe tomorrow.
Forget about final.
Oh, he already knows I want him to stub his pinky toe. So yeah, I have another resin model. A lot, as you can kind of tell here. We'll just go ahead and pull it up. By the way, again, not that you'll be able to tell under the camera, but I have primed my Cerastus, because unprimed gray primed. A lot more detail here on the Atropos as far as like the armor plating goes. I do have one question though. How does the pilot get into a Cerastus Atropos? Because you have the hatch here that's supposed to open up. I'm not really clear on exactly how you're supposed to get into this thing. Or do you just live inside of it forever until you die?
Wait, what do you mean? Isn't that a... Did you say that was a hatch?
On this one, yeah, but there's no hatch on this one. You can't quite tell in the lighting, which I'll just fucking turn that off. There's no hatch on this one, as you can see. So I don't know how they're supposed to get in and out, but it's cool. They're really nice. These guys are the ones that I think are the coolest of all of the Cerastus Knights, because you have this bad boy, which is basically a sword laser projector. Like, I wish I was joking. I mean, you've seen this before. It's the same weapon as this, but it's more elongated. This literally just projects a laser beam out to a certain point that's used to cut open things. It's literally basically a sword, which is kind of cool. Skinnier, as you can tell, but a really cool weapon. But the one that gets me, the weapon that makes me super excited about this one, is it has a quantum singularity cannon. Which, here it is. Ha! This bad boy, once fully put together, shoots black holes at people. I don't know how you're supposed to survive this. I don't know that you are supposed to survive this, but you get a black hole fired at you. Apparently, this weapon's also like super unstable and is oftentimes kills their own pilots. So it's just kind of cool. But yeah, so we've got a quantum singularity cannon. All these pieces are on resin gates as well, so I have to cut them off, which is going to require use of a Dremel, which is okay. I've gotten pretty proficient with that over the months I've used it with the Porphyrion. The only downside is, again, I'm going to have to wash every single piece of this. So I'm going to have to go through with a toothbrush in warm soapy water to kind of, again, cut everything free. Here's the nice, actually really cool looking shoulder pads. It's kind of hard to tell against the white background, but it's got these segmented pieces here. It's got the gears for the Mechanicum. Very cool model. I am genuinely, I'm very excited to get this one built. I now have this one, the Atropos. This one I have the Lancer, which I have to build as well. It's got the shield and the spear, which I'm very excited for. As well as now I've got the Acheron and the Castigator. So that's all 4 variants of the Knight Cerastus, which is awesome. I just have to collect 6 other Knight Questoruses for all the variants, including the 2 Forge World ones, which are a little bit pricier. I think they're like $200 and something. But I will get those eventually. I've got to get my destriers, and then of course I've got one more Knight Dominus, and that's it. The only other one is the other Acastus Knight, which I learned, by the way, yesterday, guys, came back in stock. Did you know that? I'm so pissed about this fact, actually, Final. I'm not going to lie to you. I yelled fuck as loud as I could yesterday. It scared my wife. And she goes, what? I said, the Asterius is back in stock. And she goes, what? I said, the Asterius, you know, the Porphyrion, the other version, the Asterius is back in stock on Warhammer.com. And she goes, and we care about this why? Because a week and a half ago, when I bought the Atropos on an Affirm card, the Asterius wasn't in stock, and it's back in stock today, and we could, in theory, afford it. I don't want to have the monthly payment on that with my other Knight, but I'm like, God damn it. It's back in stock. It's taunting me, Final. It's taunting me. But that's okay. I've got the cooler version of it anyway. I've got the Porphyrion. That's all I care about. So.
Those are some fancy arms.
Which one?
The Asterius. I just looked it up.
Oh, yeah, dude. No, they're great. They're massive conversion beam cannons. Which every time I hear conversion beam cannon, I think of Piccolo with special beam cannon. Okay, so, actually, we're going to go back to that camera here in a little bit. We're going to stay on this camera for now because I will be preparing my Preceptor for paint. What happened to my airbrush putty? I just had it. Well, this is awkward. Where did my airbrush putty go?
The cat strikes again.
God dang it. It's the Tau. It's the Tau have done this to me. No, seriously, where the hell is it? I just had it a little bit ago. Where did it go? Okay, it's not on my desk. It's not on my other desk. I was going to airbrush, and now I don't have the thing to airbrush with because God hates me. Ha! There it is. Ha ha.
Battery low.
My battery is low, apparently. I'm just retarded. I didn't see it. It was right in front of my face. All right. So, we have begun le process of painting, which is great. I'm very excited for this. Now, my plan is I'm going to go ahead and putty up various pieces of my Preceptor here and get it ready for painting. And I'd like to do some airbrushing today on camera. Again, I'm going to do everything I can to beat the allegations of never painting a model. So,
you already put some oil stuff on several nights now. Does that not count as painting?
It does, but I'm really going hard on the whole painting thing, which is fine. I'm going to be airbrushing, and I'm going to be... Thank you. Gay. I'm going to be doing a final... Actually, you taught me this recipe by doing pink underneath yellow. Do you have any idea why that freaking works, by the way?
No, I don't question it. I just believe. Close my eyes and believe.
You just believe. Yeah, that's what I need to do. I was working on my Knight Castellan as I showed earlier, the panels of that earlier today, and I was working on that because I wanted to test out some painting recipes that I was working on. And Final introduced me to this idea of if you paint pink underneath yellow first, it makes the yellow more vibrant. Now, I believed him, but I was like, I don't know how well this is going to work. You know, I'm sure he does it, whatever. Tried it, and I was like, holy shit, that's really good. So, we're going to do some of that today. I just got to get some putty on here and prepare the Knight for painting. So, Edward, have you done any painting yet? You've actually finished your building your Soulblight Grave Lords.
I am still working on that. I mean, I have them built. but they're not glued to their bases, as I am trying to get bases pre-made or 3D printed, or I add some like natural rocks and sticks and dirt to it to make an actual base so that it doesn't look boring before I actually glue the models to the bases to start painting.
Okay, fair enough.
So I wanted to do that before I continue. So the models themselves are done. They're just not on their bases. That's it.
Okay, fair enough. I'm sure Final has pro basing tips.
No, I just slap on some texture paint and call it a day.
That's what I mostly do. Although I tend to build rocks out of corkboard and glue my fingers to everything, including the table, in the process of building them. There's actually like I have an idea. So you like the
cheat though.
How do you cheat?
Well, since I have a 3D printer, I kind of print my bases that I like to the size, and then glue it onto the actual things.
Oh, okay.
So I'm going to prime that and then do my coloring in sort of thing.
Okay, fair enough. I was looking around. I need to get some texture stuff to put on my rocks because I want to smooth them out. I think I might just do milliput. I normally just do texture paint, which is what I have. But it is it's really not that big of a deal. I want to do something a little different. Make my rocks stand out a little bit more. One of the weirdly enough, so how like you have my knight errant pose that I've done, which is running and based off of another model. I actually have an idea for a new stance I'm going to be doing. I'm going to get the knight gallant, which is the one that has the gauntlet like on the preceptor and the chainsword, so it has both. I will be doing. I have another model I'm basing it off of, and weirdly enough, it is also based off of a Leagues of Votann model. I can't remember the character's name, but you remember the character at all, Final, who is like the dwarf that's holding the head of a severed orc?
I don't, but I can look it up really quick.
Yeah, I don't remember the name of the character, but it's that character.
Was it Barrack something?
I think so. Barrack Stone something or another.
Let's see.
Barrack Stormbrow?
Ah, maybe, yeah. Welcome to Color Theory with Space Mom. Yellow pigments tend to be fairly transparent and difficult to apply smoothly. A pink primer provides a warm contrast. Really a tinted red, that's all pink is. Oh, okay. So it provides a warm contrast to go through. Well, you know what? Thank you, Space Mom. Look at that, Final. Our question has been answered. Space Mom had the answer the whole time. Aren't we lucky to have Space Mom in our lives?
Oh, okay. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, so I didn't know that yellow pigments tend to be transparent. Although that kind of explains why I have been struggling with covering some mistakes I have made on some of the armor plating that is yellow on the Castellan. Trim has been a hell of a thing to try to figure out how to do on the Castellan. Especially with the yellow there, because I really want the trim to look good. So I guess that explains why that's even a thing to begin with. That's awesome. See, this is why we like having you around, Space Mom. A warm contrast that prevents the yellow from appearing washed out and gives them more vibrancy. Wow. The more you know. Insert reading rainbow here. Doo-doo-doo-doo. Cool. It's actually really cool. By using pink instead of red, it prevents oranging. So if I did a red undertone, like a brighter red undertone, would I get a slightly orangier finish? Because if that's something I was wanting from a yellow, would I go about making a prime of red underneath to give it an orangier look while still making it look yellow?
Remember, mixing colors, red and yellow will make orange. So,
Yeah, but
yeah.
but I need to know if it would make it completely orange or if it would make it like a slightly orangey tinted yellow. Is really what my question is about. Because that's cool. That's really cool. I didn't know that, actually. That's awesome. I love... Color theory with Space Mom is awesome. We should make this a regular segment. Alright. So we're going to do...
That's actually also a good video idea.
That would be a really good idea, actually. Yeah, you know what? I'm convinced, Final. Color theory with Space Mom is going to be a regularly reoccurring thing.
Well, so I found out the yellow and pink trick like probably a year ago, and over the last year, like nobody's explained why it works. It's basically just shut up and do it. Don't ask questions.
Well, yeah. I mean,
so it would be good to get a video out explaining it.
Yeah, that would be actually. It'd be a really good idea. Huh, that's fascinating. Say, Space Mom, what do you think about the wizard's obsession with Tau? I hate you, Lord Nerd. I hate both of you for starting this rumor. Edward and Final, both of you. You bastards.
I just continued it, okay?
You bastards, you started something and now I can't get there. Red pigments can be transparent too, but blues tend to be very opaque. Adding white to yellow or reds also helps combat the coverage difficulties. Huh. Alright, there we go. Get a little bit of a sausage going here. Okay. I need to protect this. And then protect down here. Oops. Actually, I want that panel to be yellow. Okay. This is actually a little more tedious than I thought it was going to be, unfortunately. Because you're letting the coach dry between painting Ed Boy, you aren't mixing them so you don't get red plus yellow equals orange. Thank you, Mother. Well, I'm actually going to have to try that on that. When I paint the Acheron, what I wanted is a orangey or yellow that still reads as yellow. Because I wanted it to be like almost like it's warm with fire. So
Okay.
I was going to do yellow with brass as the trim, but if I mix some reds as the background, if that actually fixes that issue, that might be exactly what I need. Because here I was trying to find the perfect shade of yellow, but if that would solve my problem, then I'm in. Okay. I'm going to have to do a thing here. All right. So, if you're just tuning in, I am currently in the process of prepping my preceptor for airbrushing, which is something I'm going to be doing here in just a little bit. I am just trying to cover up all the things I don't want to be yellow, so that way my knight can get painted properly. Now, I'm probably going to do the upper body first and then do the lower body. But it will take a little bit of effort. I don't know why I went straight like Scottish. I'll just take a little bit of effort there. The darker pink primer and a more goldeny yellow leaning into orangey would probably be the look. Some of it's going to depend on the actual makeup of the individual paints. That's fair. Okay, so that's what I'll have to do, is I'll have to just find an orangey or yellow then. That still reads as primarily yellow. Okay, we're just gonna push that putty into there. Okay, now I gotta wrap the gun here real quick with this putty, and then we'll get started. Actually, I don't want the face yellow. I'm gonna paint the face black, so we're just gonna In theory, you can make any yellow you need from a single color by using different tints and shades to customize the color you want. Yeah, the issue is just getting the ratio correct in an airbrush. That's the one thing I'm worried about. Because I have to mix in the airbrush, and you never know how well that's going to work out. Alright, so we'll just get that in here. Okay. Ed Boy, what are you working on? I know Final's building stiffs. What you doing?
I am trying to figure out how to make a nice kind of like dark steel paint for the armor.
Okay, I would experiment on some scrap pieces to see what happens. I love blending and mixing colors to see what happens, which is why I like watercolor, I think. Final said he'd be right back. Edward, I'll say this. I hope that it works out for you in that regard. I'll say the easiest thing for you, in my opinion, would be what metallic are you using? That was a question.
I was going to start with the. I want to say the lead belcher. I want to use that.
Lead belcher's good. Lead belcher's good. Do you have any contrast paints?
Not many.
I have Black
but not
Templar.
What I probably need.
Can you not mix it first and then put it in the airbrush? The problem is I don't have an applicator to put it into the airbrush. I use the dripper bottles that the paints come with to put it into the airbrush, but I guess in theory if I could do that, I would, yeah, I could do it that way. I could use the droppers you gave me, but I've been focusing on using those primarily for
Let me go find my other paints.
my airbrush thinners and my oil paint stuff, my mineral spirits and such. Because they're disposable, I can't use them too much, because once they have like stuff in them I can't mix together. Or I don't want it getting on other surfaces, I need to get rid of them. Okay. Okay. Last thing to do for securing the upper body would be to secure this top area of the Questoris chassis. Space Mom, how would you paint Rust? Well, actually, I have an idea for you on Rust if you're interested. The easiest way I've seen to paint Rust on like wider panels and stuff is to start with a very thin layer of brown. But I'm not Space Mom, so if you want my advice, I would start with a very thin layer of brown, like a super thin down watery brown paint, right? And then if you have texture sponges or any texture applicator that you could use, that with bright orange does a fantastic job of doing Rust. You just speck the orange into the brown and it looks like active Rust, and it looks really, really good. I'm actually going to be doing some of that here in a little bit on the Castell and stuff. So if you want to see that, just bear with me here and I got you covered. Aha! See, look at that. Space Mom came in with the W there. Patinas and Rust are about not mixing too much. They're supposed to be splotchy and irregular, which is exactly the application that I was describing. I just use I have a texture sponge that I tear pieces off of, and I apply it very splotchily to a layer of brown. All right, I've got that primed and ready to go. I've got my airbrush. Let's test the airbrush real quick. Yep, we got air going through, which is perfect. Okay, so what we're going to do is I'm actually going to walk through here. I'm using Perisher Pink. I also have a Demon... that's Demon Red. Perisher Pink is what I use typically for my underlayer for my yellows here. I'm going to give this a good shake, make sure everything's all mixed up. Actually, before I get... there it is. Skulker Yellow's hiding behind the Mineral Spirit. All right, just going to give this a good shake here. Oh. Before I even get started there, I missed a spot. There we go. That's better. Space Bomb says, start with brown and then add reds, greens, blacks, oranges, greens. What rust would look like on different base materials. Nice. All right, here we go. We're just going to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 drops of Perisher Pink. And we're just going to do airbrush thinner. And I don't want to do too much. 3, 4. All right. Now, normally you could use a brush and mix it into the well. I've got a dual action here, so I'm actually just going to do a little bit of shaky shake. So got to combine them in here, and then just got to mix it in the. There we go. A little bit of paint on my hand. I would add the sponged on colors while the base color is still barely wet, so they don't sit on top and blend a little. Yeah, that's actually really good advice. Really, really good advice. All right, now if I thinned this too much, which I do almost every time I start, and I do it a lot, I'll add a couple more drops of paint. But I've now mixed it in directly to the airbrush. Next up, I'm going to move my Castellan pieces out of the way because I am going to move over to the spray booth. Now, I've got this on a pretty low PSI. I'm also in a room with a computer. Now, normally I would turn on the fans, but because I'm using such a low PSI and I'm barely going to be doing any air coming out of the airbrush, I don't think I'm going to worry too much about it. Like I said, normally this would be something I'd be very concerned about in terms of my computer safety. So if you're going to do this in a room with a computer and you don't have a dual action where you can really control the airflow, just be advised you want to be in a well-ventilated area and you want to be able to make sure that no paint particles end up in your PC. I had a dual action and I have a spray booth I can turn on which vents the air directly out of the room, so it'll be great. Dude, I have a bajillion pipettes. They are cheap. Well, that's fair. But I don't want to constantly steal from you. Dad stole your ink, for God's sakes. I'm trying to be nice. Okay, so we'll get started here. This is a little tricky, so if I bump this camera, I apologize. I'm going to do everything I can here. This is in a very awkward spot for me, and I'm not used to having any kind of impediment in the way. Excuse me. So, we're going to start here. Like I said, we're going to do the upper area first on this, so hopefully this will work out real well. So, we're just going to try not to do a lot of overspilling. It's a really nice, vibrant pink here, too. So, take a break from that spot. I'm going to try to dry that out a little bit. It's a little wet, but not badly. I may need to add a little more paint to that. That's okay though. We'll just see. I'm gonna hit my microphone on my phone, which is currently a camera. We're doing okay. Okay, so that's looking pretty solid so far. It's just going to do a light application of this pink, and it's a little tricky of an angle to try to get what I want covered in the pink, but we're just gonna roll with it. Looks pretty good so far, though. Get here in this crevice back here. Well, that's looking pretty good for a starting point there. Got a pretty solid coverage there. This tilt shield is going to drive me absolutely crazy, though, because I can't get... There we go. That's looking better for the tilt shield. All right, what do we got here? My mother's going to send me the Amazon link, everybody. I'm so proud. Thank you, Mother. All right, I need to set down my airbrush, which still has paint in it, so I'm going to do something highly ill-advised. Haha, that'll work. I just need to be very careful about that. Stay. Bad airbrush. All right. So, looking here. Yeah, it doesn't look too bad, I think. Paint's still a little wet. It looks like I need to hit the chest a couple more passes. This panel back up here and here, I can see a couple of spots where I need to hit it a couple more times. Tilt shield's looking pretty good, though. Okay, so if the tilt shield's looking good, then I will go ahead and get the rest knocked out. All right. Like I said, I'm used to being like right up on this thing as I'm painting, so this is going to be a little tricky. As they say, you can paint your best, you can paint on camera, but you can't paint your best on camera, and that's okay. Okay, looking solid. This is a really vibrant pink. I've had my wife says I should paint my whole nights like this, just do this pink. I tell her every time I'm good. I don't need to do that pink. I don't want to be that pink, but she insists. Says it would be really good. Alright, let's see here. We'll swap back here because I'm about to reset the putty. And we'll go ahead and we'll just pull up some music here for the background. There we go. Alrighty. So, we'll get my airbrush secured in its box so it does not fall over because I have paint in here I want to keep. Stay. Stay. Shit. No. Bad airbrush. I need to get one of those like nice like U-hooks that I can put on the front of my desk to just let it rest. Alrighty. That's a very vibrant pink. It's a very vibrant pink. Alright. Now, for the oddly satisfying portion of this whole thing, you get to just pull off the putty. And the paint will mix into the putty, but it's not that big of a deal. It's kind of what the whole purpose of this stuff is. Which is, again, the oddly satisfying portion of this whole event. I love doing this. Okay. Did I just make that phrase up? Which phrase? I say a lot of stupid stuff. Do they not make airbrush stands that you can out that on? Yeah, probably. Do I have money? And the answer to that is a resounding not really. Because I spend all my money on Warhammer.
I mean, what if you use your Warhammer budget for that?
Shut your whore mouth. You take those words away from me. You can never say anything like that to me ever again. Do you understand?
Whoa, whoa, so much hostility here. So much for being such a towel lover.
I hate you. I hate you so much. I hope you poop your pants. I can't. This is the most annoying part of this is when it gets into a crevice like this. But
Uh-oh.
you've got a really nice pink here. I'm gonna have to go back over and remask everything there. I know before anyone says anything. The problem is that I don't have enough putty to do the rest in pink, and I have too much pink in the airbrush. So I need my putty back.
Were you supposed to do that underpart underneath the head?
What underpart underneath the head? There we go. Got it. There we go. What do you mean, like this chest piece down here already?
I think so, at least.
Yeah, I masked that off.
Okay.
Mother, I knew what you meant. Alright, I gotta touch some stuff up here real quick from where the putty was. Enjoy the Halo music, Edward. We're just going to get that touched up here around the ribbon. Okay. There we go. Get a little bit more for the chest plate. More on top of this plate for the gun. Okay. So, got that there. We're gonna take... I got some more putty back here. Oh, shit. There we go. All right. So, we got that done. Now we're going to block off the arm here. Now, I know that I want this smaller piece for the arm to be yellow. So we're going to do that here. So we're gonna block this piece off here. This tiny piece of armor for the pink. Then we're going to block off the legs, because I want the shield for this hand to be black. The tower pain in the ass to play against, but I've said this before, the paint scheme is really good. It depends on which paint scheme we're talking about. In general, yes. Like, the Farsight, I have to admit, I'm not a huge fan of the Farsight Enclave paint scheme. The generic Tau white in red is really good, though. I would say I've now animated an Edward to hate me, but Edward is not saying much.
See, you don't even deserve a response.
That's hurtful, Edward. You would deserve a response.
I don't know how I feel about that.
Yeah, there you go. My little schnookums. Alright. get this cleaned up here. I'm actually really excited to see what they do with the next edition. Since I'm actually getting my army ready to go, and I'll be able to play in 11th edition, I'm very curious to see how the meta's gonna shift. They've been saying a lot, like they're pushing it. Like it seems to be like everyone's saying, like, oh, it's gonna be a more melee centric game, and like that's fine. But knights are in like one of the worst armies in the game right now, so I was gonna lose no matter what. But I just need to know: am I gonna have to get into more fist fights than anything, or am I gonna have to deal with more? Like, is the range still gonna be a massive issue for me?
Yeah, see, that's also an issue from what I've heard. For the new edition, your objective markers are going to be inside of kind of buildings. Are knights going to fit in there?
Oh, knights can go through walls.
Oh.
Now the problem is they have to pass a check to whether or not they get stunned, basically, but they can go through walls. But I have to agree with Lord Nerd though. The basic Tau paint scheme is really nice. The white and the red does look good. I don't even mind the khaki that much. I just don't like the fact that everyone's like, "Oh, they're the good guys in 40K." I don't think you understand 40K if you think they're
the good guys.
I don't think you understand 40K if you think they're the good guys, unironically. Okay, we're just gonna get this covered here. Okay, we'll get that painted to pink, which will be fine. And then I need to do the lower body. Okay. This is the part I'm going to struggle with the most, I think. And that is how to cover up the plates. Okay. Tear this off here. Alright, I want the smaller plate for sure to be yellow, so we're just going to block off as much as I can without covering up this smaller chevron looking piece. Okay. Okay, there we go. All right, so next up, I got to block off the frame. I spent all this time getting this oil washed and painted gorgeously. Oh, I did have a little bit of overspray in here. Well, that's fucking retarded. All right. I'm going to have to clean that up with a little lead belcher, I think. That's annoying. Oh, well. Get this. Okay, so I'm thinking I'll do these thigh pieces here. I'll just do 1/2 and then do the others. Now, I'll just paint the black on with a brush. I'm not too worried about that. What I am worried about is overspray on the black portion of these thigh pieces. Okay. We'll go flatten this piece out a little bit here with my hand. And then we'll do the inside as black. Again. Okay. We'll go around. This is the most entertaining portion of this whole process, is just doing the masking. This is what this is, everybody. Just masking everything up.
Okay.
This is annoying. But it has to be done. And if I don't do it right and I rush it, which I've already done a little bit, unfortunately, on other pieces I've already painted, I will ruin what I've got. And I do not want to do that. So, I'm just going to take my time, do it right. I think the knee pads I'm also going to do yellow. So I'll just get the upper thigh there. I'm going to put a gap here with the knee, and then I'm going to do yellow on the inside with yellow on the outside on the thighs, which would be fine. And then next up, cover up the toes. Gotta make sure his toes are covered. I put one more progress report on the Dreadnought. Ah, I want to have to check that out here in just a second, Lord Nerd. I want to. Give me just a bit here, brother man, and I will look at it. I'm all about checking out the minis. I go in there periodically. I need to go in there more often than I have been, because I love looking at the progress everyone's making in the community. It is so heartwarming to see everybody just updating the progress that they've made and showing off their cool minis. I love it when Luna posts, because Luna posts all of her updates for like her Chaos Knights, and despite the fact that they are icky, gross chaos, it is cool to see. And before anyone thinks I'm being a jerk by calling it icky and gross, she's literally painting Nurgle Knights, which is the whole point, is to be icky and gross. So before anyone gets mad at me for insulting a member of our community, she's painting Nurgle. So that's kind of the point.
Are you pro chaos now?
Am I what? No, I'm not pro chaos, but I have to say somebody who's doing a good job, you son of a bitch. I don't mean to besmirch your mother like that, Final. That's not nice. Your mother's probably a wonderful lady. I don't know. Unless she's not a wonderful lady, in which case, yeah, fuck that bitch. But if she is a nice lady, don't fuck that bitch. She's nice. I didn't get a chuckle from that, so I'm going to assume I said something stupid and not nice. So I take it back.
No, I was eating.
Oh. I feel like I'm just spreading the blob all over this night. Like it's being consumed by a gigantic amoeba.
It's like Venom.
That's Slanesh's foreskin.
Ew. Why would you say that? Ugh. Slanesh's foreskin? Really, Edward? Brother, do I need to delete your internet search history? Do I need to ground you from the internet again?
Or it could just be Nurgle disease.
Hi, honey buns. Everything okay? Did you hurt yourself?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm showing everybody the nice pretty in pink that you like. How was work today, babe? How are you today, babe?
Show them Inky.
I did show the Minky. You want to show the Minky again? Inky came up here earlier. Give me the child. Why are you doing things? What are you doing? What are you doing?
Uh-oh. Do you have to mute yourself?
No. Inky, what is happening right now? You coming to say
Cat is
hi?
doing-
Come say hi to everybody. Big stretch. I don't think she knows what to do.
Prefer lay down, paint yourself, whatever that is.
It's dry. Here you go, sweetheart. You can have your baby back. Don't put your butt in my face. Jesus. Cat butt. All right.
Why'd you leave your face there?
I didn't. She backed up into my face. Why are you being weird? Shut the fuck up, Edward. I'm going to kick you off my live stream if you're not nice. Don't be weird, Eddie. And then my wife says, "Why are you so crusty?" to the cat. I take it back, Edward. Be as weird as you want, bro.
You are covered in filth. Your brother's not cleaning your
She doesn't let Trip clean her.
Well, she needs to learn how to clean her. Look, she's got litter stuck all over her back paws. She can do that. It is bad.
All right, almost done, everybody. Almost. Holy moly. This has been an ordeal. So what did you go do earlier, finally? Did you have to go be a responsible adult for a little while?
Just for a little bit. Made a couple phone calls that I was supposed to make earlier, and primed my Termagant.
Nice. Well, we all have to be adults one day. Sometimes multiple times a day.
I tried to do it as little as possible.
I understand. I can't even be wrong. I'm mad at you for doing it as little as possible. I try my best. My wife calls me a man-child occasionally. I deserve it, but occasionally. Okay, let's get the toes covered. All right. Okay, I'm going to have to put putty here, because I'm going to get this banner sprayed down. I'm actually about to use all of this freaking airbrush putty. This is a lot of freaking putty. I wish this was more entertaining than watching me just struggle to mask off everything I don't want to have painted. But I promise.
Well, you're entertaining like 7 of us.
Who?
It's part of the process, so...
It is unfortunately part of the process. You are not wrong, Ed boy. Alright. I'm almost out of this stuff. I've not been as discerning as I should have been. Alright. Alright. I've been devoured by an obese venom with my knight. Everybody. Why has he got to be obese? Because in order to eat an entire knight, he would have to be. A good roast for dinner, Lord of Chaos says hello. Hello, good roast for dinner, Lord of Chaos. How are you doing today? Hopefully you're doing quite well, because hopefully you're having more fun than I am at the moment. Masking is a tedious endeavor, but a necessary one. All right. Freaking finally. Swap over here so I can use the last of my pink, and I'm going to hit the camera in the process. Look at me. I'm so smart. This is a professional operation, everybody. Yeah, it's starting to dry out. I need some more pink. Hello, Mr. Long username. I'm doing good. I came back from trying out the new Nemesis stuff for Kill Team, and I am very, very overpowered in it. And I mean overpowered to an unfair extent. Oh my god. Were you the Red Terror in this one? I know YouTube forces this. Ah, well. I ain't gonna judge. Alright. We're gonna do a little mixy here. I think I may have over-thinned this by a severe degree, but we're gonna find out. I'm pretty sure I did, though. That's bubbling way too easily. Not terrible. Is it sad that I really don't hate this color of pink? Yeah, it's not hot pink. Like
Yeah,
your
it's not a bad color.
Yeah, you know, I could paint something this color. You know what this color would be perfect for? Emperor's
What's
Children.
that? Eh, that's not a bad pink for Emperor's Children.
I got a clog in the... I do have a clog. Oh, Jesus Christ, I spilled paint everywhere. Oh, well. I tilted it too far. I should have done that. I'm gonna have to clean off that toe, like, severely. Oh, God. Alright, well.
Oh, wow.
I have a clog in the needle. That is lovely, Zach. You beautiful bastard. Well, that's nice. Let's see. Raging Wookiee reference? That's... Okay, let's see. Hold on. I gave him cannon 6 to 5. Oh, wow. Okay. And 35 wounds for save dice and saving on freeze. Jesus. 3. Don't forget to hit thumbs up for Alcor's Rhythm. Thank you. 5 APL, he gets 2 activations per turn. Thank you, Chewie. Go. You're knocking the camera over. You need to go. Yep, there. Thank you. And because he's a small Nemesis unit, I can bring 4 elite squad members with you, mainly to play Deathwatch. Jesus. Bubblegum. This color is perfect for Bubblegum. Oh, and that wasn't where you were going. Yeah. Emperor's Children. Which we, Damn it. That's so much pink. That's so much pink. I don't need to worry about getting underneath, but I do need to worry about getting...
My goodness.
Visible. Holy moly.
That's a lot of pink just spilled.
Yeah. Okay. I have an idea. Alright, we'll just... Nothing a little non-oil won't be able to clear up, but still, that's stupid. Okay. Yeah, okay. A lot of that pink is already dried since it was so thin of a layer, but still. Oh, shit. Let's see here. And Deathwatch is a 5-man squad, so basically I replaced 1 unit with a combined of 2 and 20 extra wounds and 1 more... Jesus. Okay. You were not wrong about being overpowered. Shit. Yeah, there it goes. Had a needle clog. Finally, you don't airbrush, do you?
No, not yet. Maybe one of these days.
Let me tell you, it is a great tool to have in your arsenal. Contrary to popular belief, it does not make you a god at painting, though.
But it gives you a nice, clean, thin layer.
It does at that. Hi, Chewie. Is Han doing things? Are you coming to tell on me? You telling Han? Mother, you were not wrong. This would be also a really good bubblegum color. You are correct. Edward, are you watching television?
No?
Is someone watching television?
It sounds like an infomercial.
You know, that's probably my mom all the way in her room. My headset it's a very sensitive mic. I can hear across my house.
Okay, I think that's the pink I need. And the putty getting stuck to my hand. Okay. All right, I did not mean to ignore anybody here. I want to go back to the chat real fast. Let's see here. All right, let's see. Lord Nerd, you're leaving us good. You know, since I missed it, I hope if you're still here, I hope you have a good rest of your evening. Thank you for stopping by. I really do appreciate it. Let's see. A good roast for dinner, Lord of Chaos says, a pink knight to assert dominance. Perfect for when I'm done 3D printing my warlord. I'm painting it like a Hello Kitty to show my dominance. Fun fact, I'm only starting out with pink right now. I'm actually going to be going to this shade of yellow. I'm just putting the pink down for the starter layer. You sound like you're having a blast with the dogs in there.
Trying to trim the cat's nails and Han's just being an asshole.
I know. Chewie came in here to tell on him multiple times. He kept snooting me like, Mom's getting on to Han. Han's being a bad boy.
Well, yeah, because Trip's finicky anyway about now, Chan.
I do. You're correct.
And Han was just making it a million times worse.
I know.
He got it done in 45 seconds.
Nice. You know what? My wife being a beast, everybody. It looks very nice. Thank you very much. I've been building my custom night house lore-wise for quite some time. And I've been developing its lore and color scheme and heraldry and all of that. And my beautiful, beautiful wife ended up getting me an Acastus Knight Porphyrion along with my dad and my mother as like a big thank you gift / very early birthday present for me. And I was like, well, now's my time. I have to get my night house built so I can take it to every game I play. And I'm very excited. I want to use it. But unfortunately, I chose one of the more difficult colors to paint with, yellow, as one of my main color schemes. So a good friend of mine, Final, who's actually in the stream, say hi, Final.
You're not my supervisor.
That's fair. Gave me advice to use pink as a starting layer for a base layer for yellow. So it looks really good. Okay. Oh, then we had another game. But if I didn't get unlucky with some saved dice, the game would have been very different. It was a regular kill team game, not Nemesis. You're treating yourself to some stuff tomorrow. You get money then, and you're deciding on a new kill team or something else. Well, my guy. Have I told you about the glory of the Imperial Knights and a Knight Destrier yet? Or, if you're Final, have I told you about playing the Arbites class on Darktide yet?
Oh, I think we're talking about the Tau.
Oh God, we're gonna talk about Tau. Oh God, okay. We're gonna indoctrinate the new person who just stopped by that I'm secretly a huge Tau fan and I just want to deny it for whatever reason.
I mean, it's not really a secret anymore.
I hate you. I hate you so much.
It's not a secret. Everyone knows. Your community knows. You're the only one who's denying it.
Thank you. This part right here. Why are you being so stubborn, Putty? All right, let's see here. I'm treating. Let's see. Me looks over to my shelf at 2 unbuilt boxes, one half built to go on. Hopefully, it's not an unbuilt destrier, because they're too good to not be built. I can't wait to get mine, though. I will be getting mine next month, I think. Unless I have that cog fort I found. By the way, Edward, I found a cog fort today at a local game store when I went and bought my rattle can of primer today. They have a cog fort for like $30 off. What?
You went to the game
Nice.
store without
Very
me?
nice.
I needed primer. We're still going to the game. What, do you want to go tonight?
I like going to the game.
Do you want to go tonight?
There's lots of cool things to look at.
Do you want to go tonight?
Yeah.
Okay, then we'll go tonight. We'll make it a date night tonight. Anyway, I saw a cog fort there, Edward. That was like $30 off from even GW's price. It's crazy.
That is very nice.
Yeah, I told them, like, if it's still there at the end of the month, I could talk my wife into letting me take an advance on next month's Warhammer budget. I will be back for that cog fort. I will not be back for that cog fort. 180 something? 186, I think.
Yeah, we should go to the game store.
We should what? Okay. My wife wants to go to the game store, ladies and gentlemen.
Maybe she'll buy you a cog fort.
Maybe she will buy me a cog fort. All right, I believe. Ah, there it is. Haha, finally. God bless America. Alrighty. I don't. The fact that I do not hate this shade of pink on this knight bothers me so profoundly. Because it's really good, I have to be honest. That one's going to display, though. I'm just going to need a Helldrake and a Greater Demon of Nurgle for months so I can finish the display. My buddy here is going to be 3D printing me a Grand Claim of Nurgle for a basing, actually, on my Knight Porphyrion. You wish I had my Warhammer budget? I wish my wife... my wife makes a good amount of money. I make the benefits, though. So, as much as she is my sugar mama, I am the reason she has health insurance. Okay, we're just going to do a quick brush application here so I can focus on... I forgot the arm. I forgot to do the arm, everybody. I am retarded. I need to get that done real quick. Give that a quick dry with the brush. Again. Another quick dry. My wife says, by the way, gentlemen, I thought you'd find this rather funny and fascinating. My wife wants a knight to be a character in my army. And she wants to be a free blade, and she wants her knight to be girly pop. And if I'm doing a girly pop knight, I'm going to be honest with you, I might be doing this pink. Because it's a really nice pink.
Fair. If she wants that knight to be there, she has to paint it herself.
Yeah, probably.
Just like the rest of her armies.
I said I wouldn't do anything else. I wish I see I'm limited to 200 pounds every 2 months. Well, to be fair, I think your 200 pounds is actually pretty. I get that once a month, basically. My wife, very, very nice. Like she says I can have a Warhammer budget. She's very, very kind to me. But like I said, I'm the reason we have health insurance, so kind of evens out in the end. There we go. Oh no. Damn it. It's a good thing I'm doing a brush application. Okay. We're going to go ahead, get that pink fully coated everywhere I need it to be, and then we are going to ignore the disgusting paint water, and then we're going to reapply all of my masking putty so I can get the yellow down on the preceptor today. That's all Warhammer. All my other hobbies I have to spend wisely, so it's either Trench Crusade or the new Star Wars game, Warhammer, art, Lego, movies, food, other stuff I have to decide all out of. You know what? That's fair. I've actually like strongly considered multiple times possibly getting into Star Wars Legion, but I just don't know, man. I'm burnt out on Star Wars. I've been burnt out for a long time. So I just don't know. I just don't know if that's for me anymore or not.
Hey, you can get some clone troopers and paint them with Tau colors.
I hate you. I hate you so much.
You mean the 501st Legion? Oh, wait, no, that's not it. Coruscant Guard.
Why did you start this disgusting, filthy rumor? You son of a bitch.
No rumors here.
Everything's truth.
Okay. And I will be brush applying the black. That's looking good. That's looking good. That is putty trapped on the banner. There's putty trapped on my hand, too. What the fuck? Okay. Get some more here. Okay, that's good. Get some more water. I'm basically going for a glaze-like consistency. Okay. That looks pretty good. This one. And then I gotta clean the airbrush. There we go. Okay. That's good. So, let's see here. What are we talking about? I mean, I was missing some stuff here. And this week I'm treating myself to a Nemesis Kill Team rulebook and kit if it's in budget. Okay. I'm taking my friend to the movie. She's been wanting to see the movie for a while, so I'm gonna treat her and treat her. She really gets to go out, so buy some snacks, pay for both tickets, and have a fun time. Oh, okay, cool. Sorry, I was having a stroke reading that, but that's because I'm just not well equipped for reading right now, and I don't know why. All right, get this shield down here done. Boom. Okay, perfect. All right. Last bits are still up here on the chest where it's a little thinned out in a couple of spots. Just because the angle I was shooting at. It is a true shame that I really don't hate this pink on this night.
Hey, you guys still doing that book club thing?
Yes, actually. My dad is trying to finish up Angel Exterminatus, and then when we finally get to sit down and do our recordings, which he's really just waiting on me, we're going to decide the next book. He's going to decide on stream together, and you can be part of that discussion, final. And then we'll do a book club once a month. Why do you ask?
No, I'm just curious. See if you're keeping up with all of your.
I am. I really.
Pre-cruise ideas.
I really am. The podcast stuff I've been doing research on. I'm doing research on the first episode we're gonna do is actually gonna be the history of Games Workshop and the history of Warhammer as a game. And then we're gonna do. We're gonna get into the actual universe, and I was going to discuss. I think I wanted to do the history of mankind before the Imperium, which I think would be really cool. What dost thou think?
No, that sounds cool.
Yeah.
I mean, the history of Games Workshop would be really good right now too, especially with all the John Blanche talk.
Yeah, which is actually one since especially like I was kind of leaning on like whether or not which one I wanted to do, and then the whole you told me about John Blanche and I was like devastated like that truly I didn't know he had passed, so it really seems like just like not that long ago they announced the next wave of the John Blanche paint sets for Army Painter. So I'm really sad to hear that. Like John Blanche, man, what an icon. Like again, like I said it earlier, and but there really is like there's no like he is responsible for the look of 40K. All of the early like late 80s, early 90s like artwork, you know, the original Armageddon art, like box art, the bright, vibrant colors, like even like, and I love John Blanche's like old artwork because of the history behind it in the hobby and all. Like I always thought it was really busy visually, but you can't, and like it was never my favorite. But I'm gonna be honest with you, I genuinely like you would not have what we have now if it wasn't for John Blanche, and we owe him like Warhammer owes him their identity, like its identity as a game, and it's just so sad to hear that he passed. Do you remember how old he was? I don't even remember how old he was when he passed.
77.
That's so sad. Like it's a good life well lived and all, but that's just so sad. You know, we lost an icon in an industry. Do we know, did they say if he was sick or if it was just natural causes that got him? Did they say anything else?
Nothing yet. I was just looking it up really quick while you were talking, but Google has some things showing up. I think it's just the AI picking up the wrong words. I don't think there's anything disclosed yet.
Man, that's so sad. That's so sad. Well, rest in peace, John Blanche. You were a legend, an icon. 40K would not have existed without you and your amazing artwork. And I hope you know that you're leaving behind a legacy that I think will endure for a long time. I'd be surprised if Games Workshop didn't make a statement. I'd be disgusted if they didn't, but I'd be surprised if they didn't. I mean, I don't think they're stupid. I think they know, like, they're, like, thoughts on the company as a whole aside, like, John Blanche made 40K, and it's so sad to hear that he passed.
Yeah, the hope right now is, because they haven't said anything yet, the hope right now is that they're gathering up to, like, make something, like, proper, like a proper message instead of just RIP, but
Yeah, right, yeah.
they've let me down before, so I guess we'll see.
You know, they might even make a video for their channel, and if that's the case, it'll take time to get that put together, if that's what they're doing, you know. So I'm sure they'll say something. They should. Like, I feel as sad right now as when John Williams will eventually pass. Like, it's, for me, it's like when Patrick Stewart and all of them are gone. Like, that's what John Blanche was. He was such an important person to the industry, and to hear that he's passed away is so sad. Rest in peace, John Blanche. Alright, almost done. I'm a little anal about cleaning these, because I want it to look almost like it did when I got it. I know you don't have to, but I just really like a clean airbrush. But yeah, you know, I hope this, when they finally say something, I'm very curious to see what they do. What an icon, what an absolute just legend in the community. Alright, we'll just get that cleaned out. It's pretty damn clean. Mostly. There's still some dried on paint down here in the bottom that it's going to drive me crazy until I get it cleaned out. Alright, well, that said, hopefully on a brighter note, well, we'll see some really nice things from GW. I'm sure over the next few days we're going to see a lot of the John Blanche kits. Do you know if Army Painter said anything?
Yeah, they put out a, well, I saw it on Facebook, but I'm sure they put it out on another social media.
Yeah, what did they say on Army Painter?
Let me see.
Alright, we're just going to have to turn that off because I'm going to have to take this apart here.
Oh, there's a character limit. I was going to paste it in chat.
Oh, okay. Well, do you want to read it for everybody, or do you want to post it in pieces? It's okay if you... Either way, I don't think it'll matter.
Here, let me post it in... Let me message you on Discord. We can have you read it.
Yeah, I'll pull it up on the screen here. Get this... Get that cleaned off here.
I pasted the quote on the Warhammer channel.
Okay. Clean my spray nozzle out real quick, and then we'll take a look at that. I just need to... I try not to let any paint sit in this thing, because clogs are a pain in the neck to deal with. But if you're diligent about it, you can prevent clogs from happening to begin with. There we go. I try to be very careful with this needle. I don't want any bending in the needle at all. that on there. All right. All right, let's go check out what Army Painter had to say real quick. And then I think I'm going to do some experimenting later painting-wise. Let's take a look here. What do we got? Warhammer General. Ah, it's so sad. We're gonna give that a like. All right, we're gonna just real quick. Let's just enjoy this. This is the artwork of John Blanche. This is the old artwork that Warhammer used to do, and it's so noisy. There's so much going on, but it's so nostalgic. I mean, this stuff is just fantastic. John Blanche, what a legend. All right, this is from the Army Painter, you said?
Yeah, off their Facebook.
Okay. The hobby has lost a legend. John Blanche's imagination, vision, and artwork helped define not only the worlds and characters, but the very look and feel of tabletop wargaming as we know it. His influence can be found in the work of countless artists, sculptors, writers, game designers, painters, and hobbyists across generations. There is a duality in John's work. He gave form to darkness, yet inspired creativity, wonder, and brought happiness to countless hobbyists, gamers, and painters. Though his art, the grim became beautiful, the dystopian became unforgettable, and the worlds became alive in our hearts and minds. We are deeply grateful to have known John, worked alongside him, and called him our friend. His story does not end here. Rest well, John. Your legacy and influence lives on in every brushstroke. Army Painter. It is a very nice message. That is genuinely a very nice message. Thank you, Army Painter, for putting that out there. I can't wait to see what Games Workshop puts out. But thank you, Army Painter, for putting out such a nice statement. That just means a lot. That is so sad. I genuinely, that is depressing. Enjoy some artwork there. Oh, what the frick? Get off of there, bastard. Put that down there. I'm gonna do this here. Let's just pull up some John Blanche stuff. I can't type to save my life. There we go. Let's pull up some artwork from John Blanche here. This is the original Armageddon box set right here. We're gonna scroll down here. Just look at that. This is the original Armageddon launch box from back in the day. So noisy, so loud, so obnoxious in the best possible way. I mean, this is nostalgia for me. This is what I remember the old boxes that games. I don't know, if Final, you're older than me ever so slightly, right? Do you remember the old boxes for Games Workshop where they would have not painted models, but painted scenery and artwork for what the model represented in universe back in the day?
No, I'm older than you, but I'm younger hobby-wise.
So it was about 15 years ago. I remember we were looking at, see if I can, let's see if we can just, this is not the best way to do that. This is a great example. The early 2000s stuff. If you were buying a Rhino, this is what you would see on the box. It was this stuff. I remember vividly. You're gonna fucking make fun of me. I remember this artwork when you would buy a Tau Piranha, because we were at GW and there was a guy in front of us buying this. He was trying to convince me that Tau was the way to go. I did not listen to him, obviously, but this was the artwork. This was the artwork for the old Piranha box, and I remember this vividly. This is what they used to have for the box art and stuff. This artwork, while not John Blanche exactly, is based off of his artwork because you can see the contrast, the bright, vibrant colors. It's less noisy than the old John Blanche artwork, and the proportions are more realistic, you could say. But this was the old artwork on. Thank you. This was the old artwork that used to pop up all the time on old GW boxes, and I remember that vividly. Like, yeah, here's like, this isn't the top Piranha, but this is like what you'd get for the Fire Warrior set, and then you'd have like, what is that, the Riptide, I think?
Devilfish?
No, that, the suit in the back, is that a Devilfish? I think that's, is that not a Riptide?
No, that's not a Piranha. The main vehicle is that's a Devilfish. That would be a Commander Star suit.
We're also like 10 or 15 seconds behind.
That's fair. That's fair. Like, but these are like the old artworks that you'd get on boxes and stuff. Yeah, there it is. That's a much higher resolution picture I've pulled up, so when it gets up on stream. But these are the old artworks that you used to get back in the day. Way, like, this was 15 years ago? Older than that, actually. This might be like 18 years ago. This is what the old box arts used to look like. And
Cold Star.
They stole this from us, by the way. They stole this artwork because this is so cool. But I showing the model off is probably not a bad way of going about it. But yeah, this is what what you used to get back in the day with artwork on Warhammer models. Josh, who is probably still working and can't join, says it's a crisis suit. Thank you, Joshy Poo. Look at us. There's the actual Tau expert there. The one who has 2,000 points worth of just battle suits. So, alright, let's see here. I'm gonna test something out here. So, let's see how cured this is. Not perfectly cured, so I'll probably let that white sit for another day or so. Alright, let's get some more putty on this bad boy. We're gonna get some yellow finally on the Preceptor, and then I think I could probably call it there for the day. I've got some pretty good headway here so far. I would like to think on this. I've got the Knight Errant is curing, and I'll have that done. And then I've got the OSL for the Preceptor, and I'm putting yellow down on the Preceptor. And then soon, probably throughout the next few days, I'm going to experiment on the Castellan armor set here and kind of work on what I want to do as far as like aging goes. I have some sponges. I'm going to do some texture. I'm going to see if I have any more paler yellows. I haven't gone through all of my paints yet for everything, but I'm sure I'll find some pale yellows, do some chipping, do some rust effects a little bit here and there. And I bet that'll look really, really good. So, and then once I have that all figured out, and once I have my formula and my recipe for my yellows and how I want my knights to look for my custom knight house, my first custom knight house, technically, I had to figure out the other color scheme. You don't have any tips for painting a bright candy apple red, do you, Final?
No, not that one.
Okay, well, darn. Oh, to Wells.
Although you should probably ask her mom if she's still here.
She's probably not. It's already 4:50. She's probably chillaxing. So, probably talking with my dad, making plans for dinner or whatnot. I still need to figure that out with my wife here, so I might. Yeah, we'll go ahead and get this yellow done. We'll make it quick. I just got to block everything off I can. I'm trying to do as little putty as I can to block off everything I need to block off. Okay, smash this out here. I'm not gonna lie to you, boys. This medieval Halo playlist goes pretty hard. I'm liking this. This is a vibe.
Meh.
What, you don't like it, Edward?
I mean, I can barely hear it.
Oh, it's supposed to go, like, be quiet background music. It's much louder in my ear, I'm sure. But every time I turn it up, people are like, it's way too loud. I'm like, I'm so sorry. Let me turn it back down.
That's fine. I have the YouTube live stream lower so I can hear you better.
That's fair. That's fair.
So that's the only reason why I say it's quieter.
Oh. I'll need to brush real quick because I need some pink. I noticed I did not get any on this underside of this plate here. And going over that with yellow is going to be a pain in the dick later, so I might as well get this done now. Okay. That'll dry pretty quick. Alright, let's get some more putty here. And get this locked down here. Pull my sleeve up. Okay, get some pink here. I'm gonna need to, there we go, take my rounded handled brush and kind of push that up in there. Okay. Again, I'll probably only do part of this today. Gotta figure out what I'm gonna do for dinner with my wife here in a little bit, but
Battery critical.
And my battery's critical. Oh no. Just kind of haphazardly throwing as much putty on this as I possibly can. Okay. So, got some good coverage there. I need to get this under area, protect the bottom of that turret so I can get some yellow. Got to get the face covered. I will probably worry about doing the legs tomorrow. We'll see. Try not to do too much yellow in the airbrush, but we shall see. Are you kidding me? Why did you come loose? Okay, so we're going to wrap this under part of this Preceptor's las turret. Get that nice and covered up. Got to cover up that skull. And then get the face. And then I could get the legs done at a later time. Alright, let's wrap that there. Okay. Next up, let's cover up that skull and then cover up the head. We're just going to scoot this camera ever so slightly. No, it's now off center, but that's fine by me. I keep putting my hands all the way back here. No one can see what I'm doing when my hands are all the way back here. My wife has made popcorn. I can smell it. It's now actually making me very hungry.
Oh.
Which is... Okay, cover that up. Cover the head. Cover the tubes around the chin. And then I will get to spraying. Okay. Let's get this right here. Do not cover the tilt shield, please. Thank you, Putty. Edward, what did I tell you about torturing animals on stream?
I thought I was muted. No, he's just sitting in my lap.
You were not muted, Edward, you beautiful man.
You want to say hi?
Yeah, let's listen to some Synth Wizard. Why not? Let's go. That's a little heavy, but we're okay with that. It's only going to be for a little bit. Alright, so we're going to get this covered up here. Get the last of the face covered. And then we're going to get that mixed up. So just need to get these tubes down here. Okay. Yeah, we're not doing this. Sorry, that's too much. We're just, yeah, that's better. That's better. Okay, so we've got just one more spot because I keep missing it. All right, here we go. All right, final. I got an interesting question for you. I've never asked you this question before, so not only will this be an interesting one for stream, but it'll be an interesting one for me in general. What is your favorite video game of all time?
Ooh, all time, huh?
All time. There we go.
I'm not sure. I'm trying to think of one that I go back to a lot. Let me check my Steam library.
Fair enough.
Now that is kind of cheating.
How is it? He's able to look at his library and... What about you, Edward? What's your favorite video game of all time?
Ugh. My favorite video game right now currently would be
Of all time?
of all time.
Yes.
Star Wars Battlefront 2.
The OG Star Wars Battlefront 2, huh? That's a good one. I like that one. Oh, I'm going to hit the
Yeah,
camera.
that's good. So Steam is telling me it's RimWorld, but I think it's actually Civ 3 would be my favorite.
Civ 3, huh?
Oldie but goodie.
My favorite Civilization game I ever played was Civilization Revolution, but it was that's an old one from the 360 era. I think mine is got to be Oblivion. I love Oblivion. Oblivion's one of those games I can always go back to. I sunk 2,500 hours into Oblivion back in the day, in high school, no less, middle school and high school. I love Oblivion. Oblivion is like a happy place for me. The problem with Oblivion for me now, though, is I've done everything in Oblivion that, like, nothing's new for me. So, like, I just go through the motions, like, oh, I've done this a dozen times, but I love that game. It's one of my favorite games ever.
Do you think if you have to play it from scratch, you'd be able to play it nowadays? Or a game like that?
Like, if I never touched it before?
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely, I could play that again, man. Because it's about, for me, it was about getting lost in the world.
Well, I guess, do you have time to get lost in the world?
No, I don't.
My answer?
Uh-oh.
Oh, yeah, what's your, what, Edward?
Can I change my answer?
Yeah, you can change your answer.
Fallout New Vegas.
That's a good one.
That one for sure.
New Vegas was really good.
Yeah, no, I was just curious. I grabbed Diablo 4, I think 2 weeks ago, and I love Diablo 2 and 3, but I just have not had time to play 4, like, at all. So it's just been festering there.
Yeah, dude, I get you. I get you. 4, I enjoy 4. My favorite character I've ever made on 4 is new, actually, because I got the most recent expansion, and it. Are you kidding me? Really? Are you fucking kidding me? We're clogged already. I just put paint in this thing. Are you kidding me? Oh my god, dude. Son of a bitch. It was the Paladin. The Paladin was the one I really liked on 4.
Oh, yeah, that's one I made. It's pretty good.
Paladin, I love it. The Paladin, for me, is some of the most fun I've had. There we go. Okay. Part of it was I was losing air pressure, and I didn't realize it. Never mind. I'm just dumb, everybody. I'm just dumb. Yeah, dude, the Paladin, Why? Why? No. What is happening? Shit. No, don't do this.
Are you talking to your airbrush or to your wife?
Yeah, I'm telling my airbrush.
Oh, okay.
Fuck. Okay. My airbrush needle got moved. Okay. Anyway, sorry. The Paladin, I actually just got a Paladin build going. I was in the starter area of Kiovashad, and I've been enjoying it, but I just left Kiovashad, and I'm already almost max level. I've been playing on tier 3 difficulty, and I have no problem. Which I think is hilarious, if you ask me. And it's not like it's like hilarious because like it's bad, but like I've been playing on tier 3 difficulty, and my build is centered around not doing damage. It's centered around enemies doing damage to me, and all the damage they do to me, they do to themselves like 500 times return damage, which is hilarious, if you ask me. I'm like, haha, I have an attack that can one-shot you. Joke's on you. You're one-shotting yourself now. good old snow pirate here, you'll never guess what his build is. Take a guess.
There's too many to choose from. I don't know. What is it?
He's a snow sorcerer.
Oh.
Quite literally, it was my first build that I stuck with as an ice wizard. No build online, just straight up finding random legendary enchantments, and they're like, "Oh, that matches that."
I started out actually doing a fire sorcerer originally, and the problem was, and this is really funny, is I got really cocky with it because the fire sorcerer does a lot of damage in the beginning. In fact, I was out damaging Edward consistently with it. The problem is, Edward has a higher max damage over time. So, like, I was doing so much damage, and all of a sudden, my damage just fell off a fucking cliff. And Edward's just over there like, no, I'm still doing a lot of damage. I don't know what's going on. I don't know why you're having that problem. I'm like, fuck you, Edward.
Yeah, no, mine was more of a survivability. I wanted to survive, and then I do DPS. So yeah.
Okay. All right. That's actually a good amount of the yellow there. I don't have a lot of paint left in the airbrush, but that's fine. We'll swap cameras back. I'll go ahead and block off the legs and then do the legs today. So, all in all, I think this is coming out pretty nice. Airbrush, come on, work with me here. Atta work, attaboy. All right, well let's get this peeled off here and let's take a look at it. Nah, I probably won't do the legs today, and that's okay. I'll do them later, but let's see the damage. A little bit of yellow on the helmet's not terrible. The chest is not great, but I can paint that. It's just a little bit here and there. All right, I'll tell you what. We will go ahead. I've got some right here. Oh, I can't use this brush. I just realized. I have it out, but I can't use it because that is actually still drying from the mineral spirit. There we go. Okay, let's try that. Okay, let's see here. Just, a couple touch-ups. Thin down a little bit. I also really don't hate this pink with this yellow, like together. It's weirdly like nice to look at. Okay, so we'll just take a good amount of hot water. So I've noticed when I paint this like yellow, it does exactly what I thought yellow would do, and it just gets really like chalky, and you can see where the brushstroke is. But I found when I do that and I get that chalkiness I don't like, I can just kind of thin it out to a glaze-like consistency. Rule of randomness. That's a sweet looking knight. Thank you, brother. I really appreciate it. I've been working hard on them lately. Trying to get this yellow just right. I'm painting over some pink, so I'm having a hell of a time getting this to work. Okay. I need a bigger brush is what I need. That's my problem. Alright. Here's what we're going to do. Here we go. This is going to work. Alright. Thank you. I actually based this stance off of an existing Leagues of Votan model. One of the high call stances you can get. If you look them up, if you on the Leagues of Votan, you want to see the version of the high call that has a power fist, and that version, he's pointing with his pointer finger, and he's got both of his feet are on different tactical rocks. And I was like, you know what? I just love that pose. It's such a cool pose. And so I took it to make this Knight Preceptor. Because the whole point of the Preceptor in a Knight house is that like they command armigers, right? They're the guys that train the armiger pilots. And so like they're kind of like the sergeant at arms kind of thing. And they train the newbies that pilot the armigers. And so I was like, oh, I could have him in the stance. And it looks like he's pointing and commanding at all of the lesser Knight pilots. And so like I thought it'd be a really cool pose, very dynamic, very it's telling a story, like narratively driven. And so that's kind of what I was shooting for. I think I pretty much nailed it. We'll see. Right now I'm going back through. I was using my airbrush. I'm going back through and I'm just trying to patch up all the brush strokes I had to do for touching up the edges. But if you like this one, let me show you another one here. Just get this figured out real quick. Just saw that spot right there, that corner right there, and we'll just a little more water and just gradually build up this glaze. Kind of smooth out those brush strokes. There we go. Just kind of thin that down a little bit. Okay, that should hide that brush stroke I had to do. Now this plate with the gun is going to be the hard one for me, because it's in such a bad spot. Take more actual paint here. We'll thin that down just a little bit. I'm almost done here. And I'll show you the other knight I have that I think you'll really enjoy. Most of my knights, I try to avoid doing the default pose that the model comes in. I hate them so much. Because the only differences that you can really do for them are turn the torso. So you end up with like these, like, I call it high noon or surfer stance poses. So you kind of have it where like both of its arms are down by its side and it's like looking at you like dead on from the waist, or the waist is at a side and it looks like he's either in high noon ready to draw down on you, or like he's on a surfboard with the base. And I'm like, it's just not good. It's not evocative to me. I'm just gonna give some nice thick paint there. There we go. That's gonna work. Okay. That's not my best work there on that brushstroke wise, but that's okay because drained off all the excess paint on my brush, and I'm just going to go over it with a little thin down paint water and just kind of thin out that yellow I put down. And that pink's still going to show through a little bit, but once it dries ever so slightly, I will be able to go back over it with another coat. Okay, so let me show you that other one, but let me show you the pose I've made here for this one, which I did something with the base. I don't know. All right, we'll put the Preceptor off to the side for now. So working on him, we'll get him on his base. I don't know where I put the base, so we'll get to that in a second. Okay, this right here is my Knight Errant. I just glued down on his base today, actually. So Knight Errant glued down. This is what I was going for, this kind of dynamic sprinting pose, making it look like he's coming at you with his Reaper Chainsword. I think it looks really, really nice. Based this pose actually off of the Lieutenant Titus model that everyone kind of says makes it look like he's slipping on a banana peel. But I thought it looked really, really good when it was finally all said and done. This gigantic stomping war machine just doing a high knee coming straight at you. I think it just looks really, really sick. So that's my Knight Errant. Looks really good, I think. Oh. My Knight Errant faceplate is coming loose. I'll need to be careful about that and fix that later. All right. Where does that put that base? I just had it for my Preceptor. Oh,
It's to the left of your
right in
pieces
front
there.
of my face. Right in front of my face. If it was a snake, it would have bit me. All right. And then this bad boy stabs into his base, kind of like that. And that is what I was going for. Nice dynamic pose. Eventually, all of the pink that you will see will be covered in yellow, so it'll actually be covered up. But I think that looks really, really good. Yeah, I think it looks really sick. This is going to be a nice looking model when it's all said and done. Man, I'm really excited. It's looking good. And, of course, after tomorrow, all of the white OSL oil paint I've put down, I'll be able to start doing building up some layers on that, which will look really, really nice. So, yeah, there you go. Preceptor is pretty much there. I'm going to go ahead and... Yellow's dried enough now. We're going to add another thin layer here. Not quite a glaze, not quite a full paint here, just somewhere in the middle. Between a glaze and a thinned out paint. We're just going to go over those spots there. Here we go. Go over that that just a little bit. I may have to. I can't get that last little bit that's going to drive me absolutely crazy. I may have to do some paint straight from the pot, which is ill-advised, I'm sure, but I'm getting frustrated. And then we will do the rest of this later. I would say tomorrow, but I don't know that I'll have the time. I work tomorrow. There we go. And we'll just hit that pink spot right there and just kind of touch that up under there. And then, okay. That is all I am going to do for the Preceptor today. That is a good looking model, I think. Edward, what do you think? How have I done?
Give it a few seconds to catch up, I can tell you. Yeah, that looks pretty good.
Yeah, I think so. My plan is I'm going to do OSL work here on the las cutter later. I've got some spots I have to touch up, unfortunately. I'm going to do some OSL work here on the gauntlet as well. I've got some brass wire I'm going to be using to kind of give a lightning effect. I think it'll look really, really good when it's all said and done. But that being said, I think I'll go ahead and call it there for today. I've done a lot of work getting this put together, so I'm very excited that it's coming together finally. No one can say I no longer paint my models. I only ever build on stream. I never do any painting. I have now escaped the accusations, the libelous and slanderous accusations from both my community and my wife, by the way, telling me that all I ever do is buy Warhammer and I never paint anything. So, haha! Suck it, haters who are actually really cool people. That being said, I hope you guys have enjoyed watching. Those who have stayed this entire time, I want to say thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. I really do mean it. I mean it. Really appreciate it a lot. You guys are fantastic. If you like what you saw, I'd greatly appreciate if you leave a like on the stream. If you didn't like what you saw, thank you for stopping by and watching as long as you have. I do appreciate that as well. And I'll catch you guys later. Peace.